Welcome to D6 Games. D6 Games Stories. I'm your host today, Josh, and I will be running the same game that we've been playing for the last. Now this will be our fourth session. So we are not missing our vocalist Bard today, so I'm going to have him kind of lead off with what he is playing and tell me one kind of unique facial feature that your character has.
So I'm playing a ugly human bard, mainly just ugly because of where we are, not because I'm actually. Yeah, Well, I think I talked about this the last time. When I wrote out his character, said what kind of skin color does he have? I just wrote makeup.
No, so you're wearing a lot of makeup.
So
or is it like
depending
makeup,
on his mood.
Okay.
Depending on his mood, he'll manage that. In fact, it's probably a good chance that he continues to do that because maybe he doesn't want everyone to know exactly what it looks like all the time.
Yeah.
How often do you reapply your makeup? Do you allow yourself to get all gross?
Well,
melty?
at this point, I definitely would be.
Okay.
I mean, I did cover it up with a bunch of stinky green, sticky stuff.
Yeah.
To try to look like human. And
what's an orc? I don't know.
Yeah, what's an orc? No one knows what an orc is. So yeah. So I think that's what would be unique about him, is that he's like kind of always unique.
Okay, we're gonna zigzag. So we're gonna go over this direction. Tell me a unique facial feature about your character, and then what you're playing.
My character's unique facial feature is that he is completely all crispy burnt because he came back from the dead after being displaced by a panther.
So he's got burns on it.
All sort of charred,
Yeah.
And so my name is Ryan, and I'm playing Felric, who is now a ghost, or whatever you would call it in this world.
Okay, we're going to zigzag back over to Emily.
Hi, I'm Emily. I play Dr. Mississippi Trail. I guess a unique facial feature is that she has a really pronounced gap in her teeth.
Oh,
really
nice.
pronounced. So I don't know if, that's her one redeeming factor in this land. Maybe this is the one pretty thing about her here.
Oh no!
Absolutely.
It was pretty before.
Okay.
The gap,
Over to Nate.
Just the gap.
I'm playing Elrondel. I think his most interesting facial feature is he's got probably the best way I can describe it is resting better than you face. Just constant look of condescending, constant smugness and condescendingness. He is a wild magic sorcerer. And he is a drow, formerly a wizard, and
High elf.
What's
things
a drow?
happen. Watch episode 1.
No one knows what a drow is.
What's a drow?
Okay, then Liz.
Alright, so I'm playing Abbott, and Abbott is handsome. Super handsome.
Our standards or their standards?
To our standards. To original
Super
Abbott
ugly.
Thorn standards.
Definitely better looking than Gideon.
He's got these sharp features with really glowy teal eyes. He just has this glow to him. Not natural. And he's got a little bit of a beard.
Okay.
For the record, can I have one more thing?
Yeah.
He's got a almost abnormally large mouth.
Okay.
When he opens up his mouth big and yells, it's just like, whoa.
You got kind of the Steven Tyler thing
a
going.
gaping maw.
Kind of. Maybe not as far as Steven. Maybe I'm a little uncomfortable that far. I love you, Steven, because you're watching right now.
So we got Steven Tyler and Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Okay, so just a 2-second kind of recap of where we are. You guys are standing at the edge of what's called the Carrion Grotto, which is a kind of a crevasse in the land, and it's got this kind of smell of aged meat,
Jerky.
and yes,
Minus the spices.
yeah, coming kind of emanating down. You're next to the main body of a gigantic rhino beetle that had when you hit it, spewed its acidic innards all over you.
Yeah. We
And
almost died.
down
Again.
the hill. Actually, you guys had gone down the hill because you stowed the two little ones into a nook in the wall.
While we were unconscious.
Yeah, while you were unconscious. Down the hill is a kind of mass of flesh that used to be this balled up, almost like dung ball that the beetle was rolling up the hill. Abbott is kind of currently washing off the filth after she kind of went through and found one of the gems in that disgusting ball of flesh.
I dug.
That was
I'm the one
actually
that-
him.
Yeah,
I
I
thought it
lost
was-
rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
She still had a bunch
gave-
of stuff on her.
I
gave the gem
remember
to-
it was one of you.
I'm still very much gross.
Yeah. So then you're cleaning yourself off after getting down and dirty. But Abbott put it into her boots. That's right. She put that shard into her boots. We'll talk about that probably at the beginning of the next session, most likely. And the rigidness of the bard, who is standing off like 300 feet away.
T-posing.
Yeah, just
That's what you had me do?
just.
Is that just the this? Is that this?
You ever seen the there's this old show called The Gamers. It was an old film with Mark's character in there. He's the barbarian, and the whole time with the group's doing something, he's standing off in the background just in a pose. You were doing that this whole time.
Sure. Hey, do you need some healing?
Yes, yes, I would love to.
Could I be useful?
I'm good.
And so you guys are now. I believe you got Abbott healed you a little bit,
And we took a short rest.
and you guys took a short rest.
Yeah.
But you're still very much worse for wear, kind of panting and whatnot. And the across on the other side of the canyon, so to speak, is a gigantic twisting worm with segmented body that's purple in hue, and you are at one tail end of it, and the other end goes off just beyond your sight down the canyon. And every once in a while, it twitches. Just moves, just a little bit.
Don't worry, guys. I got my eyes on it. I'll let you know if it does anything.
I think,
I figured out it would be dead if we came back tomorrow, but
Yes.
we were
yeah,
deciding whether we do something about it today or tomorrow.
yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna stab it.
And so that's
Okay.
where we currently. That's where the group currently stands.
How tall does this thing go compared to little person size?
So the worm is probably 30 feet in diameter.
I have a climber's kit.
We've seen how that works already.
Get through.
Hey, we know that it works going down.
Let's see if we can cut
Let's
through
see
the
if we can go
epidermis.
up.
When I pass it. Yeah.
Gideon's just waiting to see if you would use your stupid magic ability, and he was not going to be anywhere close by.
I mean, you
Just
You
don't
did see
stand
me
in front.
turn a couple of grubs into beacons.
Are those still
course you
shining,
did.
by the way?
Yes, they're still trying.
Oh.
Can we like bury them or something?
Does that help?
Like,
How big are these things?
if we threw dirt on them, do they?
So you go over and you kick some of the
Yeah.
dry dirt in the canyon on top of it, and yeah, it seems to.
Okay. Yeah, we should
I'd
bury
rather
this.
not broadcast our location to
Yeah.
goats.
Goats.
Yes.
The goats have eyes.
Goats have 3 heads.
It's like the hills have
And
eyes.
6 eyes.
But goats.
So Gideon's been standing on the hill thinking.
Yeah,
Real
this
hard.
whole time.
Yeah.
Real hard.
Don't strain
And
yourself.
Gideon's like watching us struggle and die and almost die again, even though you're kind of
Same.
dead. Something. We're not sure what you are, but you're there.
Yeah.
Same almost died.
Yep.
Okay. And Gideon would like to ask the question, like, what's our goal here?
Get shards.
So, why?
You can't survive the wilderness. You were told that you cannot survive the wilderness without some
Added
Shard
of
heart.
added protection. Some of this gear,
Shard heart.
because of the shard heart gear, because the intense wilderness,
Mhm.
the creatures that are within it are fantastical.
Yeah.
And powerful.
Sure. So, but at the same time, Gideon is saying, so we get geared up, right? Let's say that purple thing is just filled with them, right?
Or it's not.
Let's just pretend for a moment that what's our goal? Like, we get equipped, we go, are we trying to like take this guy down? Or
Well, I think so I think the group was a short-term goal initially was to just go see the Grand Arcanist.
we want to go see the guy who's calling us bad guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what I've been thinking about then. That seems like a really terrible idea. Because at first I was with us. Like, yeah, maybe we can get some answers. But while I watched you almost die, I remember that one time we also almost died. And then the time before that, when everyone thought we were dead. And it seems like every time we get close to this guy, there's a lot of this deadness.
You have been braining of a better plan?
Bruh. I'm thinking like this guy is pretty well liked so far. We found that, right?
He's also very well feared
Yeah. It seems
because
more
nobody
fear.
can. Yeah, because nobody can talk bad about him, or they get smoked.
Okay, so
Literally,
that,
they
and
get
that's
smoked.
and that's what Jeff missed.
Yeah.
Last,
So,
okay,
so we can, if we get the rest of the shards like that one,
Yay.
the seer said that we could potentially undo what has been done.
I'd be happy to take down the
Or
curse.
it was the key to something. I don't know if it was undoing
I
or...
just wrote undo if got others. There was a lot of info
Sure.
Yeah.
that our beautiful friend gave us.
Yeah. I'm
We
glad I didn't have
might
to
might
meet
find
her.
allies in former apprentices of him.
Okay.
If they can find themselves strong enough against the curse.
Sure.
She couldn't tell us anything about the Grand Arcanist or about the Prince or about his curse because the curse forbids her from saying that.
Anything.
Yeah.
Oh, she totally could. And then she died. That's
And then
what-
she died.
And then they would have been
Yeah.
taken out with.
Maybe.
And we would have also died,
Maybe she could.
potentially.
Maybe. So we feel like. So we feel like we might be able to trust that what she's telling us is true.
Did we insight her? I think we did. She was very forthright.
Okay. Do you think we could learn from her how to figure out some of this stuff?
Well, I think she's given us a good starting thing.
Okay.
Is
Did
get
she-
equipped.
Did she suggest to go talk to him?
She told us to get equipped
Okay.
first.
Okay. So maybe the goal isn't go talk to the guy who told everyone we're the bad guys.
Well, she did also say that
He's afraid of us.
he's afraid of us
Huh.
in a sense.
I'm afraid
but
of him.
also that because we're exempt from the curse, then we have like an advantage to get to him
Oh.
because
He
we
can't
can
see
use
us.
that he can't see us.
Okay.
So we can talk about him all we want,
Okay.
and he can't hear us. Whereas, like, there's this trigger response that if anybody else talks bad about him, they get zapped.
I just yell out to the sky in a way that I feel comfortable. I call him a dirty name. Okay, sorry.
Nothing happens.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I just wanted to. That helps Jeff catch up, and apparently Gideon, who is still working together everything in his own head. So thank you. So okay, that was literally my question as I was driving home. Like, are we really gonna
go talk to this guy.
I don't know. This is not a good idea. Don't talk to this guy.
Okay. So this is all happening while you were taking your short rest, basically.
Yeah.
I could. I'm gonna wait.
While we're
We've just been
all
arguing.
talking here,
What if you have a roll coming up?
Speak up.
Gideon,
I love your.
before we go poke the dying worm with
I
the
don't want to poke that. Who's gonna poke it?
I'm gonna poke it.
What are you gonna poke?
before she goes and pokes it, in case we
I
need
want to see what happens.
to fight something else, need one heal from you.
Sure. My heal is kind of weak.
I'll take what I can get.
I vote that is actually a bear.
You
dying
both.
one.
The,
So you
the,
could say we're gonna go poke the bear.
we're gonna go poke the bear. Okay.
I mean, this world, who knows?
Can
Yeah.
we?
That might
You
be
need
a
somebody
bear.
to confirm the name of that thing. Is basically what it comes down to.
Okay.
Can we maybe like see what's on the other end first before we just start sticking and poking? And...
It's really long.
It takes up the whole grotto as far as
It's,
like.
and more. And
What
more.
if there's a entrance somewhere else already? You know,
You
maybe
mean like
there's
the
a
mouth?
tavern. Maybe there's a tavern down the road, and it's some really odd. This might be. Listen, if I'm ugly, if he's ugly, I'm not even gonna use myself as an example. He's like, if he's ugly, then this is like fine dining, right?
It is still twitching though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he also died. I don't know what to expect anymore.
But
I'm
not
gonna
from him.
poke it.
And I point to the worm. Okay. Wait.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm fairly certain there's probably 2 entrances in that, and one of them's
look at
probably got teeth, and the other one you don't want to touch.
it's so beautiful.
All right.
The little pucker.
So we.
Is that a wand? Yeah, it is.
Okay. So you need help?
Yeah.
How bad?
I'm missing 12.
You get 2?
How does that go? If you had to rate your pain on a scale of 1 to your max hit points, what would that number be?
That's what I rolled. Did you see it?
Yep.
So that plus my modifier is 6.
Alright. Still better than nothing.
Second level spell slot.
Okay.
Alright. So. You gonna go poke it?
I'm ready to poke it.
Alright.
What's
Gideon,
the worst that can
remember
happen?
that one place Gideon was standing? He's like, hang on! That one place he was standing and posing you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna go back there.
Yeah. So you're just like within camera frame. Yeah. Yeah. Back up.
Okay.
Back up
I don't know if that actually.
I'll go with her, but I'll
I
keep a,
no idea.
what I consider a safe distance. Like, this thing can do about a quarter roll and not roll over on me when
Is that by
she
Gideon?
tries to aerate it.
there. Safest place is probably by Gideon. So you go up to the.
I'm also gonna follow up.
Yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna touch it.
Can we
Yeah.
show the exploding whale video at this point? That guy? Can we do that?
you touch it and it's hard. You can knock on it
Does it sound hollow?
and it's fleshy.
Okay. Thank you for that noise. I needed that. Okay.
That's not hard though. I guess that wouldn't be hard. Sorry. That was like soggy.
Okay.
And gross.
It doesn't. Does it
Roll a
respond?
wisdom save.
Oh boy.
Is it possessed?
I might be.
Is it
14.
partially a ghost?
So you're touching it, and then you go to touch it one more time, and then this part of the worm shifts 1 foot, and you've never heard a shriek so loud in your life as she lets out a wail. As she's
I'm squished?
assuming that she is going to be eaten.
Wait. So she touched it.
And it moved, and
And
I
it moved?
reacted.
And she screams.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm like, good call, standing over here, man. Good job.
So I'm gonna walk up and be like, "So what was that?"
Moved.
It moved.
Moved.
Did he see it move?
Yeah,
Okay.
very visible.
Okay.
It moved.
Okay.
It shifted like a full foot.
So we all maybe saw
It's
it, right?
it's hard. So, which end of it is closer?
Falcon again!
The tail, you assume.
Okay. So is that like that direction or that direction?
This is the tail.
Okay.
Gideon does yell that at you.
So
Because now I'm curious now that I'm safe.
at this point, I'm going to turn to you and say, why don't you go up the hill a bit? I'm going to try
I want to go on
something.
top of it.
How do you think that's going to work if just you touching it causes...
Well, I wasn't expecting it to move.
Well, try that first. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah. Now that I know that it might move, I'm gonna use my climbers kit.
Yeah.
Somehow.
All right.
I don't know.
Have you seen the
Is there-
movie Dune?
No.
Yeah, you can climb up a giant worm. It's totally doable. We've seen it in movies.
Okay. I'm gonna climb up the giant worm and hope I don't die.
Okay, roll athletics advantage because you're using a climber's kit.
Okay.
With
With
advantage.
advantage. Yeah. 16.
So, she takes her climbing kit. She begins to climb, and part way up, she sticks a piton, loops her rope through it,
This is what I do.
sticks another piton, and continues up. And then she's up on top of this gigantic worm with a rope tied to 3 pitons total, going down the side, spaced out.
And I'm gonna, since I've put 3 pitons in already, I'm gonna put 1 more in on top,
Okay.
just in case I need something to hold on to.
Right.
Yeehaw.
You go to put that last piton.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
And
What is your goal?
Fake death.
one of the segments of the worm
Yep.
slides and shifts just a little bit as you do so.
Okay. Like where I am, or like ahead of me, or behind me, or oh boy, babies.
Told you it was possessed.
And
And how possessed is
out of a space that's approximately 2 inches, this gigantic leech slides out of the.
I stab it.
And we're gonna go into initiatives.
Yeah, I'm super gonna stab it. Okay.
So for initiatives, what I want is you are rolling athletics because you are currently putting a piton in. Okay. You 2 are rolling perceptions
Is that
because you are standing way off. Where are you, Abbott?
I've just been standing there T-posing. Wondering if my name is now a weapon.
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Would I
I'm
roll
gonna
that with
be-
advantage as
I'm
well
gonna-
because of climber's kit?
So, sure.
I'm gonna be like near where, like underneath where she is,
And
kind
then you're
of
next to
supervising
it.
that.
You're next. To
I'm
it.
right next to the
Okay,
worm.
both of you roll natures.
The natures.
Yeah.
The
You're
natures.
watching this worm. This is the wrong book.
All right, I'm gonna tell you right now, I fail.
No, that's your initiative, I think.
Yeah, I failed that.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I love that you've done this. Just for the record, Gideon is like, did everyone take stupid pills this morning? Let's go.
I think this is the first time our characters are agreeing on anything.
Yeah, but for the record, I love that you did that.
Okay.
I'm taking risks because the world is upside down.
Gideon genuinely believes we could go to the end of this thing and like people are living in it. Genuinely, that's where he's at because he doesn't know what the crap is going on.
Ryan, what do you get?
I got 13.
Nate?
10.
Ah, same. What's your perception?
I got a
Plus
2.
3.
Emily?
2. Yep.
With advantage.
Yep, I rolled a 3,
You got a 2.
and then a 2, and I have a -1. So
Right.
that's a 2.
So hold on really quick. I need to roll basically. I gotta find it in the book because I didn't bookmark it. There it is.
Because he's thinking they wouldn't just climb it.
Oh, I did bookmark it. I just couldn't find my bookmark.
What's that stupid?
They wouldn't just climb it.
Hmm.
Just again.
Okay.
Please know, I'm very happy this is where we are right now. How far did you say I was? Like 200 feet or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. T-posing before?
And we're not going to worry about a battlement on this. And this is rolling its stealth check because it's trying to sneak up on me.
But I can see the plates opening.
Well, it may be stupid.
Okay.
It could be just stupid.
So it's.
It is a worm. Leech. Creature. Bug.
You would know.
Yeah.
Well, maybe.
I'm an
Does it look
archaeologist, not a biologist.
Oh, okay.
So
Then
they get to go first.
Of course they do.
The gigantic leech slithers its way out of the segmented worm, and because it's startling you and you didn't really realize it was there, it's going to have advantage,
Yeah, and I'm gonna scream once it hits me.
and it attacks you.
unless it eats your face. Because
Good thing I have advantage because that one was a 1.
Great.
yeah, good thing.
Good
Yeah,
thing.
great. All right.
25.
So it does 6 piercing damage, and then it also latches itself to you.
I scream.
And here's the thing about you guys, the rest of you down here.
Is it bigger than me?
It is bigger than her, and it's literally latching onto her and doing what leeches do.
Sucking all blood out.
So we got like 4 seconds before she's dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not very big.
Well,
Free
I
sun.
mean, if you, it's like trying to suck the juice out of a
Alright.
kumquat. You know, it's not going to be easy
I'm rolling a 50-50.
because there's vacuum. You know, like yeah.
You are on. You are even. It is on Abbott. A leech.
So I'm going
Oh,
to.
hold on. What are you doing?
She might have a reaction.
I thought it was my turn.
No.
What's up?
No, I'm rolling a 50-50 on what the other leech is attacking as it slides its way out of the segmented worm, and it attacks you with a 16 EC.
Yup.
Oh. It does 3 piercing damage and then latches itself.
Kick it with your boots. Because you have fancy new boots. Right?
Okay, so that was their initiative at 17.
What damage was that again?
3 piercing.
Next
So-
damage is gonna probably.
It is the monk's turn.
It's
Quick
gonna.
question. The one that attacked
I didn't
her was
mean to
actually
do that.
came out from a
On
segment.
top. Yeah. In between the segments of the worm and up
You're
on top.
such a bard.
So it went all the way down and then moved over towards her.
Oh, the
No,
one
it's
that
different.
attacked, the one that attacked Liz came out of the segment next to it. Yeah.
There's 2 of them.
There's
There's
2.
2 of them. Okay. All right. So
And I did bring minis for this, but I don't think we need to use the minis.
are the ropes in the pittance still in there?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna go after the one that is up there with
Oh,
Mississippi.
coming to
me.
save you because you screamed.
Okay. So here's the
Like a
thing.
baby.
This is 30 feet in diameter. You get advantage on your climb check because of the climber's tools and rope and all that. And you move at half speed climbing. It will be a double move for you to
So
get
we
up
have
there.
dash.
I can dash.
So you dash, and that would be your turn then.
Actually, not so much. 1 second.
Key points.
Exactly. So I have Step of the Wind, and I can disengage or dash as bonus action.
Oh.
And my jump distance is doubled for the turn.
So yes, go ahead and
Boing.
roll your athletics check at advantage to climb this monstrous worm
All right.
and see.
I'm thinking it might be less of a No, I'm not a biologist.
Well, you know, on
No.
on
I know,
Pacific
I
Rim,
might know.
on Pacific Rim, when they're taking all the stuff off the bodies and they find those little parasites and they're carrying it around like this.
17.
You ever seen that?
Those
I
ticks.
guess 17.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is the thing's
you
ticks.
are up there. You're next to Mississippi. There's a gigantic leech attached to her, and it looks like a leech.
Okay.
It's green with brown spots, and it's got that weird
it
suction
sucking?
end, and it's totally sucking her
It's
blood.
totally sucking my blood, so I'm now minus blood.
Show the camera.
And then because I
I
used
might need this.
just the bonus action, I am still going to attack it with my unarmed strike.
Mhm.
I'm gonna say Gorilla Punch. And that is actually just gonna be 10. Does it hit?
No.
No? Okay.
Anything else?
That will be it.
Gorilla boop.
Okay. Nate, Jeff.
We're next. Wow.
Yeah. I think we're both probably trying to get up there to help them. How far away are we from them?
I just look over you and be like, man, this sucks.
It does.
This New World sucks. All right, you can go first if
It's
you know what
funny
you want to do.
because
Weren't you just telling me off camera that you like it?
literally.
Oh, I love it, but Gideon hates it. Gideon has power and
By the
fame
way-
and control and.
While you guys are figuring this out, we two, I saw a GIF the other day of a leech coming out of a lobster, like in between the.
Why?
That's the inspiration. For
Why are you?
Oh, nice! I love it. That's very cool.
Now I have to look it up.
Yep,
In,
let's
in
see
real
this
life,
video
there,
if we
yeah,
can.
there was a GIF of a. I can't remember if it was going in or out of the lobster, but yeah, it was very gross, and it grossed me out. And I said, "Must do this to my players."
Thanks. We appreciate it.
Well, I mean, all I can do is just run, but I am not running in front of him if he's about to fire magic.
I'm about to fire magic.
Yep, you go.
So I run. I move my 30 feet closer, and
So you're 170 feet away.
yep, I burn a sorcery pointed distance spell, a second level chaos bolt up at.
So yeah,
I'll
you
go-
have a better line of sight on the one that's up top because you
Okay.
guys are up the hill.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll do that one since I got the better shot at it. And
Oh my god.
this is the point where I remind you, I
Oh,
think
wait,
you still
I
have
thought that
a
blue thing
wild
was
magic
the-
you can cash in at some
The
point.
thing was like crawling across him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cash in at some point, but you do it. That'll. I don't think I can cash it on the same spell you do it on. Right?
No, this is me burning a sorcery point. You've still got it from last thing. We never took a long rest.
Oh, let me see. I'm gonna 50-50 this whether or not it does not.
Okay. So
Hey, I'm behind him.
Did you see that?
It's yeah. I got about 2 seconds of it and then it paused. So yeah, it's really gross. Don't look it up. It's really gross.
Trap.
You
The
should
moment
absolutely
you
look.
tell people not to look things up, they're gonna look it up.
Yeah.
20 to hit
Yes.
for
No, it's a plate. It's wearing magical plate.
25 thunder. No, not 25. That's way too. 15 thunder.
Okay.
Math is hard.
Bloody.
All Gideon can do is just run.
Yep. Okay. So you double move.
You can double move.
That's all I'm doing. That's
Okay.
all oh, now I'm in front of you.
Yep.
Oh man. He's nervous about it, but he's just because if I do my double move, how? Yeah. That's,
Abbott and Liz, or Liz and Emily, you both are at 2? Is that right? So you guys get to choose. You both have leeches attached to you.
Yeah. About that. Would it be then like a strength check to try and get this thing off of me, or?
Yes.
Okay. Just like
because you're good at those against a creature much larger than you, I'm sure.
I'm gonna try it.
Just stab.
Okay, fine.
No,
fine.
I was just kidding.
Fine.
You don't have to do
Fine, I'm
that.
gonna stab it.
Technically, no. I was kidding. You do what you want to do.
He's too far away for him to influence
Exactly.
Yes.
I'm yelling, poke
You
it
just-
again!
Strength check to detach is absolutely the case.
Okay, I'll strength check.
Hey!
You grab the suction
Don't listen to me.
that's like probably on the middle of your chest. And you rip it off. Unfortunately, you rip it off.
Yeah, I figured.
And you take 7 points of damage as you see your blood spitting out of your chest and little tiny puncture marks that the leech have left.
I scream again. And I
In your ear.
throw it to the other side of the worm.
Okay, that is.
Yeah, it's bigger than you.
Yep, that's them.
You should hold it off.
That was extremely deadly.
Okay, can I like just drop it? Like I pulled it off myself.
Yeah, you let
and-
go.
Okay, yeah, okay. Great. So that was my action.
That was your
to-
standard. Yep. You still have your move and your bonus.
I'm going to bonus action disengage.
Okay.
And then I'm going to leave.
Where?
Everyone with lizard is
Very small.
It's 30
Sit
feet
down
down the
the
side, or you can run up the length of the worm.
Potentially encountering more leeches.
I mean, you can probably see the one on the ground that is currently.
Clinging to me.
I'm going to. It's 30 feet to the ground.
Yes, you do.
Can I move my 25 feet and choose to drop the last 5?
You move your 25 feet and choose to drop,
Yeah.
or you just jump off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm on my feet on the ground.
Well,
Next to it.
uh,
Acrobatics?
yeah, because you'd be jumping off,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you would be falling 30 feet.
So you have 2 colors.
Or you would
No.
climb down.
No,
Yeah.
I'm using my full movement to climb, which is
Oh,
default
so
25.
To,
So climbing down is half speed.
Yep.
So 15, so then it's 15 that I'm dropping down.
yes. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That would be.
No!
You can roll an acrobatics to negate the first 10 of falling damage.
Okay. I'm gonna take all that falling damage.
Now here's the beauty of
That was
This falling
5.
damage is
my
mean.
falling damage.
This falling
Yeah.
damage is.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no, I took it last week because
Oh,
I
did you?
excelled at my climber's kit.
You excelled so hard you fell off that cliff twice.
I
So this is-
excelled.
This is 20. So we're around over 10 feet. So you go to the next.
Okay.
So you take 3d6.
Cool. Cool.
Do you have 3d6 today?
11.
You know, I'm alive.
Do you thud or do you splash?
It's a thud.
And you're prone because you
Oh.
didn't succeed
Excellent. Excellent.
your
Excellent.
acrobatic check.
Excellent. I'm
Abbott.
gonna die. Help.
I'm going to
Help.
Sacred Flame on this thing.
Okay. It's attached to you.
It is attached, but it
Nice
can also
and easy
still
to hit.
take damage.
Yes.
So it needs to make a dexterity save.
Dexterity saving throw.
Can I hold on, like cling to it, like grab
Question
onto
like
it while I
this
do
even.
that?
I would say, like, if you held onto it as your standard, you could make it have disadvantage on it, but because you're using your standard to cast it wouldn't.
3 close.
Okay, I'm rolling.
So that is 2.
You,
4, 6. That kills them. You see your exit.
Oh, you've crit failed.
Okay.
Nice.
Now it's the battle shock phase.
It's the wrong set of cards there.
Is that what
Toad
happened?
stays though. It's just toad.
Maybe.
Okay, so now it's the battle shock phase. You lost 2
Yeah.
dice.
You roll
Oh.
the one.
So you
Okay. When he starts going for the cards, it either means something awesome or something awful. Do you want me to?
Depends on who rolled.
Sorry. I'm gonna get it into your face.
Okay, and then you can look at it. You are the bottom one.
Onslaught,
Yep.
maximum damage.
Okay.
So I take
So it does how much?
It's 1d8.
So it takes
that
8.
thing
Yep.
actually starts moving.
All right.
I got my
Anything else?
Can I
Potentially.
try to pull it off of me?
That would be a standard action.
This is full action. Okay.
Yep.
All right. How's it feeling?
It hurts.
It hurts.
Move back to the top.
Great. Great.
The one over here is going to try to. It's next to the monk now, so he's going to try to attach it to the monk. 15 AC.
No.
Good. See,
And
that
the other
would've been
one, just auto damages the cleric.
Yep.
For 3. As it sucks the blood out from you. But it's having some difficulties through your clothing.
Yeah.
Alright. Now we're looking at the monk.
So, question: how much rope is left after the last pitten?
60 feet of rope, so 30.
Okay. Climb down the other side.
I'm going to do that. And by climb, I mean I'm going to grab on to
He's
the
gonna
rope,
rappel down.
And rappel down.
and I'm going
Aren't you glad I put
to
that bite in the?
jump off
center
and use it to
top
kind of
bit?
swing
I did.
down.
I thought you were going for it and
No, I
suddenly
did. I did. Right?
acrobatics.
I think.
Yes. But as you jump away from it, it gets to attack you.
I did get that last pitting in the top of the worm, right?
Yes.
That's what you were doing.
Yeah.
That's
When
what you
it
were rolling
attacked
on.
me. Yeah. Okay.
That's why you got
Yeah.
advantage on you.
Yeah.
7 AC.
So it misses. All
Yeah.
right.
Go ahead and make an acrobatics check.
All right.
As you swing off the side.
Do I get any advantage
Much
because
more
of the rope or
elegant
no?
than I would probably.
No.
All right. Just making sure.
There's a flip on his way down.
10.
So
We are rolling
you
off
swing off the
on-
side, and then you hit the side of the segment of the worm, and you start to spit around.
Does he
But
start to like phase into the worm?
but
stop giving him ideas.
no,
Sorry.
he bounces off the side of the worm,
team.
and but now you're on the other side of it, and you can see the other side of the grotto.
What's it look like?
There's a tavern.
Hell.
Well, it's kind of like all these skeletal remains of various gigantic beasts. All right. Anything else?
At this point, I just kind of take in for the rest of the turn what I'm seeing on there.
I think it's
Nate, you're up.
yeah.
All right.
He's gonna do things.
Please do things.
Which worm do I have the better sight on? Still the one up
The
top.
one on top.
Burn a sorcery point and burn my last spell slot to try to chaos bolt that at second level, I guess.
Okay. I'm going to invoke your wild surge.
He runs up, so I'm not standing in front of him, right?
So go ahead and roll the. Go ahead and roll.
So you
that.
shoot and then run?
Yep.
That makes sense.
I'm already stopped. So which do you want me to roll for first?
Roll the wild surge first because it may affect the results of the spell.
4, 7, 2, 8. That was like. Is it 0 or is it 8? Is it 0 or is it 8?
Okay, hold on. Opening up the document now. Okay, what do you get?
4, 7, 2, 8.
Are you gonna cast grease all over this area?
Just grease the entire grotto.
They call it the grease grotto from now on.
Okay, go ahead and do your
Things start
damage as
sizzling.
normal.
Alright.
Are you looking this up?
No. Yes. I'm right. I keep getting hit by these things.
So that's
I
a
didn't see it.
He was just on the title.
that's a 10 to hit.
Miss.
Yep.
However, you see like necrotic energy kind of radiate around the leech.
This could be good. This could be bad. We might have our hole into the thing.
Okay.
You were targeting the one on her?
No.
Him?
The
No,
one that's
the
up
one
at the
up
top.
Okay.
He's got a better view of the top one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gideon
If I could
runs
see that one, I
forward
would've
done it.
and bonus actions.
So you were 140 feet away. You double move again, right? And that gets you. You're now 80 feet away. You decided to go out to be far. That's it.
Yeah, sure. Okay, that's it. Oh well,
Oh, yeah,
I'm
after I
80
do
feet
that,
away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
ran forward.
That's within earshot, I think.
earshot.
What is seeing?
Well, the thing is though, is that all the spells I have are 60, unless you're gonna let me just flub it.
Well, you can bonus bardic inspiration.
Oh, to hearing. I thought that had a.
I think you just need to be able to
I
hear.
thought that had a
your-
range as well.
Well, whatever.
I will use it then, and give it
It's gonna be
to.
Mississippi's turn.
Huh?
It's gonna be Mississippi's turn next.
I mean, I'll inspire.
The only one you can't inspire is him,
Yeah.
because he's on the other side of the worm.
I'll inspire the pretty one, the pretty boy.
Okay.
And yep. So you get a D6, and I'm encouraging you to be awesome.
Don't die.
Do you just like point and be like, be spectacular?
It's yep. Well, last time I tried to roleplay it, it was kind of like, no, let's just
It
move
was
on.
towards the end of the night. Though.
Well, that was a timing thing.
Oh, that's right. Thank you. No, I started singing the "Everything Is Awesome" song from the Lego Movie, even though my face does not.
Except in saying awesome, he says awful.
Everything is legion.
Everything really sucks, but you're awesome, so save our friend.
Okay, so Emily, Mississippi.
Yeah. Gonna stab the leech on Abbott.
Okay.
Like
But
from the side.
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say,
that I'm
don't
not gonna
stab
stab
me.
the Abbott.
Yeah.
Gonna stab like that way through the leech. That is probably going to hit because that's a 23.
Yes.
Cool. And since there's an ally within 5 feet of it, I get sneak attack.
Yes.
So that is
It's within 5 feet of me.
yeah.
Within 0 feet of
Yeah.
it is attached to you.
16 points of piercing damage.
It is near death.
Okay. All right. Great. Yeah. And then I'm going to where is it? Bonus action. Disengage.
Okay.
Because it latches to you.
And then move like around the other side.
Yeah.
of her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abbott.
Hey, for all you know, second mouth is going to grow off of that thing.
Is
And-
the knife still in it?
No.
You didn't leave the knife in?
No, it's my rapier.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try and pull it off from these
Okay. Roll strength check.
with my inspiration for
Sure.
my well, I don't know, bardic inspiration.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
You only need to. You can determine that after you see the results of the roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna need it.
Okay.
7 points.
Oh,
Seven is what I roll?
7 is
No,
a
yeah, with
Holy
your
crap!
failure.
Really sucks.
You do not pull. I'm gonna take your standard. You have your bonus and move.
Well, I can't move away from it. If I move away from it, it's gonna fall. It's gonna come with me. I'm gonna just spiritual weapon right in front of me.
So you cast your spirit weapon. All right.
I'm sick and tired of this
So
thing
make an
clinging
attack
to
roll.
me. I'm ready for. I'm done with that.
What was
It's like a 4.
Oh, yeah, that misses. All right.
Killed by leeches.
Leech's turn.
Destroyed by little. Survived Panther's attack. Well, some of us.
The leech up on top
Yep.
re-enters the
Does
segment.
the
Grows wings and.
Don't do that!
The leech down next to you sucks some of your blood.
of course it does.
5 more blood points, sir.
Yeah, it could be a good thing if we're back in the worm. It's
You're a
really
lot more
chronic.
of a pretty
Now let's go
man
make sure
when
this
you
thing
don't have
dies.
blood being sucked out of your face.
Unless the
your turn.
healed.
All right. So,
I'm still like 140 feet away from this thing. Fine.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to go incorporeal and move through the worm.
Okay.
And so when I come out, kind of just take a moment and be like, all right,
You say there's
You go
inside
inside
the
the
worm
worm.
probably.
And you see the leech that's in the middle of the worm. There's an open area here. You also see maggots the size of cats kind of eating around.
is there a tavern?
Huh?
Is there a tavern?
There is no tavern.
Just checking.
I'll be happy
Is
to
there-
know.
I'm not there.
Alright.
Is there a glow?
So I see all that as I'm running through. It's just like, oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Come out the other side. Am I close enough to be able to hit the leech that's attached to Abbott?
Yes.
All right.
Kill it.
All right. So I'm going to. 1 second. I just got to mark down my remaining corporeals.
Yep. And to each of you,
Still great.
he looks a little bit more faint. Well, you two wouldn't be able to tell, but you two that are up close can tell.
I'm pretty sure I can tell it. I'm not feeling so good.
All right. So
Yeah. Looking the same.
as I'm running out, I'm going to do an unarmed strike and a flurry of blows against the leech.
Okay. Do your unarmed strike.
Let's do that one first. 20.
It kills the. He had 2 hit points left, so you punch it and it
There's that's the right
Thanks.
sound for it.
bursts
There
like
you
a
go.
mosquito after it's been sucking on yours, and you are covered in Abbott's blood.
Yummy.
Does my blood glow? I'm
That's a
curious
good
about to know
question.
about
Does
that.
it glow?
It sparkles.
It just got a little glitter in it. That's what I was gonna say. Good. Yes.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
It
It doesn't
shimmers.
glow, but it has like a
translucent.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or-
like
I like the glitter idea.
Or you know how like remember those things that you would hold and you try to squish them and they were
Oh,
like
yeah.
inside and they would move, right?
Yeah.
Like the inside of those.
they're little iridescent.
Yeah.
Those remind me of leeches.
Yeah, it really does. That's probably why I thought of it.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Yeah.
clear with like glitter in it?
Yeah.
Ah, interesting.
Blood-like,
Like
but with glitter in it.
iridescent.
Yeah.
So,
At this point, I'm just covered in
Note
all
to
this
self, my
glittery,
blood
sparkly
sparkles.
stuff. I just kind of turn and say, there's more stuff inside that guy.
okay.
When you kill him, you like
Nate,
think.
you can't see any worm or leeches right now.
Yeah, I dash forward.
So now you've got.
Unless I see
100
something.
You've got 30 feet, 30 feet. Now another 60 feet.
If you were an
you've got a
octopus,
total
how many
120 feet.
tentacles
Now
would you
you're
have?
Unless I saw something worth stopping at 30.
You can go
Octopuses
move
don't have 14
up to about
tentacles.
20 feet away if you want, or
Well, yeah, I will.
Um,
And I am going to. I don't remember what the song was, but there was a song at the end of like Blue's Clues or something like that where they said, "What did we learn today?" And I'm singing that song to you as I heal you.
Mississippi.
Yeah, to Mississippi.
Thank you.
Hey, at least I didn't roll 2 1s this time. So that will be. You get 9 back. What did we learn today?
Mississippi.
We learned not to climb the giant worm.
Oh no, it wasn't the climbing of the giant worms. It was not being aware
Since-
of my surroundings.
So at this
That's
point,
what you're
I'm gonna
blaming
let-
it on. I would have been fine if I would have saw it coming. I love it. I love it.
Gideon.
Ah,
I went inside the worm. There's more of those leeches and maggots. No tavern.
okay.
Was
Thank
there
you.
any? There wasn't any shard in the leech that exploded. No.
Where's
What?
Miko?
What did you see on the other side of the worm?
On the other side, bunch of skeletons.
Yeah, it was like a skeletal wasteland. Remember, like the
Lion
elephant
King.
graveyard
Yeah.
from Lion King?
Yeah.
We just use pop culture references,
So,
and then also obscure nerd references in my end, like Dune and whatnot.
so on one half was
I
Flesh
see,
Valley,
like, bits and pieces into the
and the other half was Bone
Oh,
Valley.
I love it.
But they were both Bone Valley. The only flesh was the dung beetle.
Oh, okay.
Dahmer ball.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, I didn't catch that.
Did you see any like flesh corpses or only skeletons?
Roll. I'm just gonna say roll a wisdom check for memory.
That's not coming with fine. I'm not. That's
10.
so funny.
You don't remember. You were too busy running away from a gigantic leech.
I wasn't running away from it.
Well, you were swinging away from it, and then you were hit the side of the worm and twirled. You didn't really get a good look.
Maybe you're concentrating on the phasing thing, which is kind of a new deal.
Yeah,
Kind of important.
there's
so-
a lot of stuff going
Did
on.
I
All right. Well,
did I offer you a service you're happy with?
Are you done with your turn, Mississippi?
Did I offer you a service you're happy with? Did I do something that makes you happy?
It's her turn.
I know.
I feel better. Thanks.
I'm just trying.
Are you satisfied with your care?
Are you satisfied?
On a scale from 1 to 10, I am a 7 satisfied, which is a slightly happy smiley face.
You're supposed to show that to the camera.
I know. I felt like I had to give your approval first. All right.
Oh, the handshake again?
2 thumbs up and
So Mississippi.
Yeah. Okay. I am uncomfortable, and I want to find more shards, and I don't want to be leeched again. So I'm gonna start. I think we should go down around the tip of the tail and out into the rest of the grotto to find things.
So we're giving up on the worm?
I don't think it's a worm anymore. I think it's a house
Liz.
for
your turn.
leeches. So I'm gonna move.
So
keeping us in.
are we? I'll just ask. We stay and stab around and
Yes.
How many leeches did you see?
I saw one leech and a bunch of maggots.
Yeah, a bunch of me.
Same kind of
All
maggots
the
we
same
saw
things
earlier.
I've seen.
Were they the same type as the ones earlier, or bigger or smaller?
Yeah, a little smaller. Not quite as engorged as the
A little smaller on the maggots.
So I know this thing like gave off necrotic energy and then went into the worm. I'm with them. I can suggest this worm's gonna be dead real quick now, hopefully.
I don't think it's alive.
Okay, we're gonna skip past Liz's turn because she can't decide what to do.
I'll start. I'll just start walking around then. We're trying to figure out if
So you
I'm walking.
walked away. You caught up to them. You're right there.
Again, wide berth from this thing. That's what I'm doing. There's no walking next to this thing.
This thing goes and attacks the monk because it's the closest thing. It slides out of the segmented worm again and attacks. Gets an 18 AC on the monk.
Do you
and
scream?
does 2 damage as it latches itself onto you.
I'm gonna spend all of my spells on healing word. That's all I'm ever gonna get this to use. No.
You're one of them positivity bards.
Yeah.
Anyways, that makes it your turn.
All right. So I'm gonna stab it or hit slash it.
Absolutely stab that thing.
Yep.
It's like a punching bag that's attached to you.
So gonna go ahead and hit it with my unarmed strike, and so it's 9, but it's like right next to me. And as I'm doing that, I'm just shouting out
9 misses.
"Wolf bite" and
Okay.
and then I still have a bonus action, so I'm gonna flurry of blows it.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm just gonna-
Wolf pack bite.
Wolf pack.
Okay, that is that one. You can keep on charging.
All right, so that's gonna be a 21 and a 17 for the
Both hit.
All right. And so that's, as you suggested, wolf pack bite.
Does it still look necrotic-ish?
Mm-hmm. So necrotic.
So that is going to be.
It's gonna be bad. What has tonight been about?
We're about to have something good happen.
So it is going to be 6 and 7, 13 damage.
All right. So you punch this thing, and it explodes like a
Gross.
water balloon of Mississippi blood.
Does this
Have that
blood
much
sparkle
blood
or
in it.
glitter?
No, it just.
Apparently, I'm surprisingly flush.
And anyways, you split the thing and burst it. It flops to the ground. You are now covered in blood of 2 of your allies, and as it just kind of twitches a little bit on the ground. We're out of rounds.
Okay, great.
Is it still got necrotic stuff on it?
Mm-hmm.
Do I feel anything from this?
Wide
necrotic?
berth.
Just from being right next to it.
No, but you can see kind of like this purple energy kind of around it.
Radioactive. Is it purple like a shard purple?
No,
Oh, damn it.
no, like evil energy purple.
Oh.
No, they all go in.
Okay.
Hints of black energy as well.
So, did it
So you were saying something about the other side of this thing.
Yeah, there are a bunch of skeletons.
All right. We think there's going to be crystals next to the skeletons.
Possibly.
I'm still curious what this thing head looks like.
Well, we're gonna go around the butt, not the head.
I thought you said it was dead.
We're gonna go. Oh no, I think it is dead. He
You
says
climb-
he's curious
you
what
climb
the
up
head
top?
looks like.
Oh.
And I said
What
we
do
go
you-
around the butt. not
What?
the head.
Roll an athletics check, Sir Abbott.
Wait, you're climbing this thing?
I thought you were walking with me.
We learned the lesson!
Apparently not.
Did we?
The song is singing again.
What do you get? A 4? All right.
I don't
Would you have
know.
advantage because of the?
Plus, so 5.
5 is enough to
I'm
fail
done with these
drastically.
dice. I'll put them today. 1, 20.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So,
So you climb up halfway, and one of the pittons comes out, and you fall down onto your back.
can I choose to take this in embarrassment damage?
Roll a
Embarrassment damage. You take it in both.
and acrobatics check to see if you can negate.
Acrobatics
Can I-
and
Okay, at this
Acrobatics
point,
check.
could Gideon try to jump and grab her and help? Can I try to like?
It's happened so because you're in shock that
You know what?
went up
I
there.
did say
And-
wide berth.
and you're
Never
a
mind.
wide berthing. And all
I
that,
did
yeah,
say wide
yeah.
berth. You're right. And I'm singing.
5, 6. Yeah, you take this full 11 falling damage, and now you no longer trust her pitting skills.
Hey, there have
he
been
said that was 11.
They're perfect for a little person.
3. You were the 4th person to go through those. Okay, they're not guaranteed after more than one use.
He was just swinging on it.
Yeah, blame him.
They're hobbit and goblin size is what I wanted to say.
I threw it and I got a 20.
That'll teach you.
Can I take that one?
That'll teach you.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So everybody kind of like you start walking, you're giving it a birth, and then suddenly Abbott climbs up, and the pitton comes out, and she plummets to the ground, hits it hard. What's your? Are you still conscious?
Now
Yeah,
comes another one.
barely.
She's writhing on the ground in pain.
I'm just gonna be like,
So I'll be taking 2 guys.
I'm gonna go over to Abbott and I'm gonna. Sorry. Sorry. I'm gonna pull out the pittance that I can reach.
She pulled out the
Stop
first
touching
She
it!
fell at the.
That's what Gideon says. What are we doing?
I mean, if I
glad you
can,
agree
I'm
with him.
Go remove it. It's fine.
So you're looking poor? You're looking real bad?
Looking rough.
I sing the exact same song that I sing to her to you.
What did we learn today?
Yes. 9.
For 9 points.
I have no longer have any second level spell slots anymore. Because I'm trying to keep my team together.
She's just trying to keep this family from falling apart.
All right.
Or just falling in general. Just falling.
Yeah.
Let's
We're
stop
up.
from falling.
You just kind of watch this whole spectacle.
Yeah, I'm probably laughing a little.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just, you can't script count me this
When
good.
did I become the mom of this group?
Mama Jeff.
Ugh.
All right.
No, Mama Gideon, because Jeff thinks it's hilarious. Kill yourself for all this stuff for all I care. This is great.
So here you guys are. Some of you giving this gigantic worm birth, right?
Wide
Wide birth.
taking no damage, by the way. Just neither is he. Just
Congratulations.
putting it out there.
Good job. You contributed nothing to the fight.
I'm still clean.
Except healing
You
you.
kept us alive.
Keeping the pieces together.
So, what do you guys want to do now? You stand up and kind of shake yourself off.
That question comes from Gideon.
I'm gonna loudly suggest that we go around the worm.
These guys.
Can you see that we are walking? We are walking around the worm as we
You
speak.
have been trying to do that. That's funny.
We are walking
That's funny.
actively.
So it's
I mean,
finally in.
I just watched, Abbott
Instead, I get to.
Yeah, well, Abbott doesn't speak so good. Okay?
And so that
climbs a little worse too.
Oh, that's relevant.
I just
I'd be
watched
like-
Abbott pull a Costello.
Is what that mean?
That means
Like,
you
I'm
can't,
offended.
Isn't
you can't
that
understand
mean?
directions. You don't know how to. Never mind.
Visibly offended.
Okay, so
I'm now officially leading this marching
Yeah,
party
so-
around the worm.
you're at the butt of the worm, and so it just takes you a little bit to go around the worm, and then you see that you see a field of giant skeletal remains. Mostly these are creatures you don't recognize the bone structures for. Anybody trained in nature here? Nope. So
I have the bard thing where I kind of know a little bit about everything.
I will allow you to do a roll. Everybody else knows nothing about any of these bones. Other than you like to dig up.
I like to dig.
Yeah.
So
15.
I've dug up stuff. Can I roll too? I'm not proficient in it.
Sure. I'll let you roll because of your profession.
Okay. 19.
So
Dang it! I want time to look awesome.
well, you see what you believe to be gigantic lizard bones to the left, and it's the skeletal makeup is quite large, and it has a gigantic elongated skull, and it looks like it had some sort of fins or spines that go down the center of its back.
So did our home universe world understanding of the world ever include dinosaurs?
No.
Okay. That's a lizard.
Yeah. You see,
Oh, yeah.
you
Really
see
big
a
lizard.
skeleton of a gigantic bear, but instead of having a kind of a normal mouth with teeth, you see a gigantic beak.
My favorite.
I
It's my favorite.
I'm walking around like I'm trying not to touch anything. I'm like,
I want everybody to roll perceptions, please.
Now that I'm out of combat, it rolls really well.
That's okay. Good rolls all around.
So they get their pierce, bite, and spike.
I've got an 8.
23.
One,
Attacks, so
Oblivious.
2,
16.
13.
Oblivious. So those three, you guys are 23. I'm gonna describe a little bit more. So this is what you three can see. You see that there are basically little tiny, I would say, 2.5 to 3 foot tall lizard men. They look like men with lizard scales, little lizard tails, wearing tunics and leggings. And
Does this look like the halflings that we saw in the bar?
and they look like the halflings that were in the bar.
Did I see?
They're red and black scales.
And they have red and brown scales.
Red and brown, and they talk too much.
But they are currently, and you guys can see, they are. One of them is taking a knife and is prying something out from the skull of. Actually, kind of near the, we'll say 80 feet away into the, there's a group of 3 of them, and one of them is kind of standing up on a rock, prying it out of a skull of some sort of creature that has like 3 horns and kind of a ridge crest.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Tricyclopods?
What did you say?
Tricyclopods.
Tricyclopods. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
She just literally made up a word for it.
No, I didn't.
No, she's...
Well, we wouldn't know what it is though.
Yeah.
No.
Exactly. So she
Abbott's
literally just
making
did.
up a word. Yep.
Okay.
That would be draconic for lizard.
Oh wait, I need to roll.
So,
I know that.
So guys, let's actually do this and make this easier for ourselves and for the viewers. Okay. When you guys see something and you have a relation to it in actual D&D lore, right? You, as a group, as a party, can call it whatever you feel like you want to call it
Oh,
to
no.
differentiate it from the source.
Okay.
So you can call humans orcs. You can call gnomes goblins.
Okay.
You can call this a triceratops.
No, I like
her
what she
word.
said better.
Triceratops.
Tricyclopods.
Right? Triceratops. Anyways, so you can do that.
Okay.
But when you're referring to it to, they have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah.
She's just making up a genus.
You're just
or
making up, yeah.
Species.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm gonna wave my hand at you, because you see them, right?
Yes.
Swan is trying to say, I'm gonna do.
You see him better.
Maybe.
So he's
Yeah, I
he's
do
with
see
this
him better than
dagger.
him.
He's
10 more.
With my perception, do I hear them speaking halfling?
he does lean over and he first he yep,
Yep, they're halflings.
and then he says, "I got it. I think it's a brutal one." Puts it into a bag.
A what one?
Brutal one. Are we gonna become murder hubbos?
Not with the amount of spell slots I got open.
How many are there?
3.
There's 3 of them?
Are we crossing this bridge?
Do I go talk to them, or do I?
Oh, please let me talking. Or her.
Yeah, as he turns around to top off the rock, and he faces your direction and sees you,
I'm waiting.
and instantly he's like points at you. The other 2 look back, and they simultaneously, yep.
Yep. I get back at them.
Well,
If he points at us, I duck.
I'll be
I'm
like,
expecting magic to come flying
like
at
this.
me, like.
unarmed.
Whoa!
They all 3 of them draw short swords,
Yeah.
and they say and they shout. You're within shouting distance. They're not talking distance.
Okay.
They shout, "Stand back! This is our grounds.
Magical engine.
Don't come any closer." And they start to back away.
I'll be like, we know won't hurt anyone. I'm gonna mean it.
I'm gonna mean it.
Can I roll persuasion?
Sure.
If that fails, I'm leaning into the fact
You're
that they
still
think I'm a
going with that
murderer.
die?
I got
Oh my
17
Yeah.
plus
Because we're
5.
not in combat.
22.
I got 22.
Okay, so
So they don't lower their weapons. However, they stop backing up, mostly due to they're backing up into the skeleton of that whatever that beast was.
Tricyclopods.
Tricyclopods.
Yes,
So you're saying they don't have much room?
they don't
They're
have
bumping
much.
up
They're
against
kind
it?
of bumping up against.
Okay.
it.
he's frog so
I'll grab my coin purse. Like, hold it.
How many crystals do you think they got? The other one looks over and says, I don't know, that's a full pouch. I don't know if it's money or crystals. But if it's crystals, we've got to do it. I agree.
You gotta throw 'em.
Can I?
Toss them.
I'll toss him like, toss my whole pouch in the middle between us, like halfway.
He looks to his left to his other one, and the other one's like, I got it. He scurries forth. And you notice that that's weird. He's got clawed feet. And it's very odd where the halfling hair would be on top of its feet. It's got talons growing out. And it scurries over to the pouch, picks it up, backs up 5 feet.
actually no. I have the there's this
What did you do?
Charm person.
it's like get down, sir, or whatever. It's third time. So if you try to target him, I can say that's source.
The other two says,
Oh, so they think something.
wait, he just cast some sort of spell. And
No, he
the
just likes
one,
singing.
the one there says, he doesn't look so bad.
Oh, that's right. We're hideous.
I saw the makeup on.
Oh, you're hideous. I'm just
Yeah.
profiled.
No,
Well,
I'm
you guys stained your skin with that the
Bark.
stuff, that bark. So it's and you notice that it's like actually staining your skin. It's gonna take a couple of days for that to fade.
This
Like
is fine.
henna.
Yeah, like a henna tattoo, exactly
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
This is fine.
Exchange.
So he's holding the pouch and he looks inside and he's like, oh. He says it's gold coins. Says, how many crystals you guys got?
Did it work or not?
It did work. But he's friendly with both of you guys. He's with everybody.
Oh, sure. Well, I want to. Can I try to just? I want to just say, friend. Hey, we're not here to harm you. We're just showing you we don't have any of those crystal things. We're here looking for it, probably just like you are, but we're not here to take your stuff. Okay, that was a throw of good faith. Please don't steal from us.
So I have 20 points.
He's like, yeah, it's not a lot of money here. And not really, right?
Probably not.
I'm hoping they're willing. I'm hoping that they can
The gold are on top. It's all a bunch
be
of.
trusted. Yeah.
Got
It says-
275.
They got my vote.
So I have 20 points.
The other says, well, you guys are fine with being mugged. Bring it over.
Fine being mugged.
Yeah, you just got mugged.
He's coming in.
That's what he says. He says you're okay being mugged.
Yeah.
Well, I
Because,
look.
because she gave up her wallet.
Well, again. So I'm gonna try to, because you said we're friends of both, right?
The one is.
Yeah. So I say, hey,
More than 9 inches away from
could you toss that back, please?
He looks and he goes over and he says,
Like, come on, we wouldn't do that to a friend.
that's true, but, well, yeah, I mean, he tosses it back and he says, you know, we got a couple gems. We're set for a while.
Thanks, friend.
And the guy's like, that was dinner you just threw away.
You eat gold?
No. What?
We're new.
Pure honesty, right there.
The beauty of this is I twisted it so much that you just absolutely believe that. That they ate gold.
Oh
Man, that's a win right there for me.
Wow, that was awesome.
While they're conversing back, can I try and see if any of those scaly halflings have paid any notice to me? Since earlier it sounded like only the party saw me. When we were in town, only the party saw me.
Oh no, yeah, they're looking at you. They make eye contact.
Okay.
I kind of gently to everyone else being like, so they were ready to take us down, and we were ready to take them down. Gideon no longer feels bad about this.
I have an idea.
So
Apparently,
it's a 5 to hit.
people that look like me are murderers. I could try to, and I've got like the crazy
Crystal.
random crap's been going on, and the crystal.
In your chest.
Yeah,
Do
so
I need to
Hey,
start
now the
screaming?
trumpet
I'm
on.
gonna stand slightly behind him.
yeah, get behind me. I got an idea.
So you step forward and you're like
And I,
full.
yeah, just cloaked down. In fact, there's a crystal apparent in my chest, and just
Okay. And then what do you say?
I start doing just fire and brimstone rhetoric of just and of basically you attempted to mug the wrong people. You have no idea who we are. Just complete and utter BS. I'm out of spell slots, but I'm also trying to like force whatever
Roll,
this crystal
roll
is
an
to do
intimidation
something.
with advantage.
I make
Thank God for advantage.
I make a little bit of fire appear over the top of his head, just just a little.
That's a
Doesn't
nice
change it.
solid 8. The advantage saved me from a 1.
He can use my thing, right?
He already had advantage.
But
You
he
already
can
had-
roll one, right?
He already had advantage. It doesn't do a reroll.
I would like to mention the entire time I'm trying to like get the crystal to do just anything.
So you're like knocking on it and
Just-
tapping on it, like, come on, dude!
Just-
Be afraid!
You've done stupid things.
So you're not. Here's
I'm
the
basically
problem.
trying to force a surge.
Here's the problem. You're not used to being in the limelight. You're not used to being
Yeah.
an intimidating person.
God.
This is the first time you're doing any of that.
Oh yeah.
And they're like, it's a high elf. With something.
Source of blood is going
Where's prestidigitation when we need it?
Not available at the moment.
So
I mean, I have it, but again, that's how I made like some fire. It's a
Yeah.
little thing.
he rolled with advantage already. So, but he
Yeah.
just so bad with his roll.
Yeah.
And then
That's what
anyways,
tonight's been about, baby.
Yep.
Well, at least it was advanced. The dice I was gonna grab hit a 1. I'm pretty sure my voice would have cracked while I was trying to threaten them.
You wanted to talk first.
No, I didn't actually. I wasn't about to say anything.
No, you were all like, no, to these guys, you're like, let me do the talking for once.
Oh well, she actually is the first one to start off.
Okay, charging phase.
Do you want to do the talking?
No, I'm good if you want to.
How does the
I have
stone
one
that's
of
in my
them
boot
convinced.
compare to the stone that they just pulled out?
Slightly different color.
Different color? Any, like, it's not brighter or showing signs of being more superior?
No.
I'm gonna sigh. I'm gonna pull it out of my boot. Be like, want this?
They look at it like she's got a blazing fire gem.
Come get it.
Looks like she just made the decision for all of us.
Are we? You're
Does that stay within
Breaking my alignment.
without
Yep.
you're breaking your alignment.
Yep.
You don't have to kill him. You just knock him out.
Yeah, that's the plan, but I don't normally start fights.
Well, actually, no, I get because
I
It
tried.
says, you throw it over.
constellation from the
No.
solar.
Come get it. You heard him.
I don't trust you anymore.
Just roll 220.
So we're rolling like crap, and you're rolling amazing.
Yes, is exactly it. the one to the right looks at the one there and says, "There's 5 of them and 3 of us. Think of our clutch." And the one says, "Yeah. No. You can keep it." And says, "Come on, get away from them. Let's leave."
Oh no! Look, dude, you were worried about dinner. I got dinner, and I pull out some food. I'm like, he's good with us. We'll take care of him. He'll come back with you later. He'll come back with us.
He looks torn.
Yeah.
Like
I'm trying to get a my persuasion
roll.
roll.
We're gonna roll opposing persuasions here.
Come here, boy. Come here.
Good freaking
So
luck.
he gets the dog.
Unless you get a 20. That would be a 26.
So he's gonna nip it.
He looks back and he says, "You know what? I'm gonna try it out with the ugly humans. I'll meet you guys back in harm."
Holding from harm.
Yeah, we really better not.
Yeah. Let's not kill him. Yeah, we'll see you back in harm, guys.
I mean,
So they're like,
Did we find out any authority figure's name
No.
while we were there?
No.
Would I have talking
this-
to the mom? Give me something, man. What was our conversation about?
Okay, yeah. So
50-50
when you guys were
just
talking
hit
about-
on.
what did you want to talk about with the mom?
Well, I would have been just asking a lot of questions about the world and what's going on, and
Yeah.
again,
General everyday life is basically similar than it was, except for the countryside is super dangerous.
yeah.
And there's relics from the war all around, and but all like general everyday things. It's like go to the market, buy food, peddle your wares.
is it a mayor? Is it a duke?
There
Is
was
it
a
council?
mayor in Harlem.
Okay.
I think I mentioned the mayor.
I'm going to yell out the mayor's name and say, I'm going to make sure that they know that you guys tried to mug us. Unless you want to work out a deal.
Okay, you want to come up with the mayor's name?
Pacino.
I think I had.
I have
the
no idea where that
first-
came from.
I mentioned the mayor, but I never mentioned a name.
So what kind of race is Pacino?
So Al Pacino.
There you go.
No, Pacino.
I don't know.
As far as you know, he's
I
human.
have the series.
Okay. Well, I yell out. I'll make sure that we let Pacino know that you guys tried to mug us. Yeah, I mean, unless you want to talk and actually play nice.
They yell back. You're in the grotto. It's fair game out here. Good luck.
That's fine.
And he's like, the one that's remaining is like really confused. It's like, come on, play nice.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so he's standing there.
I'm trying to turn the friend against the other one. I'm like,
and they're
You know, they were the first ones to threaten us, though.
and you're trying to turn me against my my brother and sister-in-law. That's
He's
Can I message him?
I'm real.
I'm gonna send you a message.
You cannot. You're out of spell slots, punk.
That's a cantrip.
Anyways, okay. If I feel like I'm losing it, I will totally back off.
so he's just
And I start
You are
pulling out
a
food.
Once in your life.
So he's like, okay, so you guys are scavengers too, huh?
yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe you can help us.
You kind of look like you need to be scavengers.
We're poor.
Yes, we are.
He says, well, then you're in the right place. This is the best way to make a quick buck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna
We
point to the
found
worm.
one. How do we find more? There are leeches in that thing.
Oh yeah, you stay away from the fresh dead. Yeah. So you try to. He says, you want some quick tips about scavenging?
I was gonna ask. I didn't want to
Okay.
completely take over.
Don't go into the actual grotto. No, this is not the grotto. Grotto is a word for cave.
Is that where the head is going?
He says, yeah. He points off. That's the grotto is down that way.
I'm
Don't
glad we
go into
didn't
the
look at
actual
head.
grotto.
Okay.
Although,
What's in there?
As far as I know, death.
Okay. Are there more of those crystals though? Like,
Yeah, he says that's the best source for crystals.
Of course
We
it
need
is.
a sleep before we go.
We will. We'll go back to
He says, but don't do that. It's suicide. And he says, you know what? Why don't we take a break? It's our normal break time.
Okay.
And I'm gonna think about what's gonna happen next a little bit, and then we're going to be back in about 10 minutes. Welcome back to D6 Stories, and we're going to continue where we left off in the conversation between Gideon and the gnome, not
Halfling.
gnome, the halfling that stayed behind out of the scavengers.
We're all kind of together.
Yeah, the rest of the group is there, but you were leading the conversation.
Okay. Okay. Well, I was just wondering. We were asking about tips on how to scavenge.
It says, he said, well, he said previously said to stay away from the grotto
And the fresh dead.
and the fresh dead.
Yep.
He said that, and then he says, well, actually, most of the of what you see here have already been scavenged, or he says sometimes beasts will come in and eat the dead, and then they'll get the gems, and basically grow and enlarge. He says,
You've seen that.
but I mean, you should know how it goes. You got one.
Where did we get the one
From the ball of flesh.
Oh yes.
And it's a blazing fire gem. That's
Well,
it's a little common, but it's
What
a
does
good
it
gem.
do?
Oh, it depends on what shard heart gear you put it in.
Say, for example, we put it in a pair of boots.
Yeah, then you say the name of the gem.
Okay.
What's the name?
Blazing fire.
Blazing fire.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that these boots are now anime touch?
Blazing fire.
So
I'm
I'll
gonna
put
take
it.
a step
I'll put it
back.
in the pouch,
In the
boot.
boot.
Take a couple steps
If
back.
I'll say it in Celestial,
Okay, so you say it in Celestial.
my natural.
Still works. So you say blazing fire, and then around her feet erupts in flame.
Does the guy yip?
No,
No, he was expecting it.
Yeah.
If I just one, does it do both?
Around both your feet.
Okay.
Does it continue or is it just one?
It's continuing. Yeah, there's fire still around her feet.
How do you turn it off?
Oh, you say the name of the gem again.
I'll say it again.
The fire subdues, but the grass and whatnot continues to burn until it snuffs itself out.
Take your shoes off before you go in anywhere.
I was just expecting him to say, "You rocket 30 feet up in the air." Okay. Do you have any of these on you?
He says, "No,
They had them. Okay.
Larry had it.
What was the one you guys found? That thing was cool.
That was a brutal gem.
What does the brutal gem do?
Oh, brutal gems just basically amplify everything. We do.
Told you he was
Cool.
gonna let me down.
It's just a brutal gem and it goes, huh?
Yeah.
Awesome.
No,
No,
the brutal gem doesn't have a command word.
it just makes it awesome.
It just works.
Okay. Cool.
I don't think. We gotta look again.
So is it safe to assume that it's kind of like a +1? No.
Nope.
The answer is no.
Okay.
Just trying to conceptualize this.
Oh no, it does do something with it. He says, yeah, it does. It does. Actually, it makes you faster when you say the name. If you have it in a ring.
If you have it in a ring. So do certain gems only work in certain items?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A ring. Cool. I start feeding him. I promised to feed him, so I'm. Gonna
Are you
give
like
him
hand
food.
feeding him?
No, I'm just giving him some
He's
food.
civilized.
Grapes.
Yeah.
He takes it and
Yeah.
is this food from before?
Probably would have been.
Yeah. He's like, this is odd. Very bland.
Yeah.
Very bland.
Yeah. I don't have expensive taste, friend. Although my clothes don't show that at all. Okay. What other? So you guys said you found a couple other ones. Whereabouts did you find them?
This is well, we pull them off the skulls of
Yeah.
points over of the deceased.
What's that one called?
That's a rhino.
What other ones did you find? You found a brutal one. What other ones did you find?
He said we found a blissful cold gem as well.
A blissful cold gem.
Yeah.
Cool.
What does that do?
It's basically the opposite of that. And it depends on what you put it in. There's just too much to talk about, really. I don't really know everything it does. I just know the general cold stuff.
So, okay. So back to finding these things. That's what we need to do is find them. Where do we start looking? I mean,
He says, "Well,
so you
okay.
told us what to avoid. What do we look for?
Look for a kind of a recent skeleton, right? Something that may have just a little bit of meat left on it, and that's it. It's basically it's luck of the game. Go around, look for something that's not completely recent because it'll be infested, but something that's not completely sun bleached.
Okay.
Because that'll been picked over by either the beasts or other scavengers.
You have looked at Big Cat outside?
Panthers? Yeah, there's the occasional panther that comes down here.
Are they scavengers? The panthers? Or do they come here to die?
So the panthers aren't so scavengers, but when they do get desperate, they can come down here and feast on the dead. And only the big ones come down here to die.
So there was a panther by where we came in. Have you guys checked the panther over there?
Oh,
You're done. I'm gonna do my.
well, did it look like? Did it look thin?
Yes.
No.
I have an idea.
When you guys saw the panther,
I don't remember.
it was full of life. And what he's describing is things come here to die. They're on their death legs when they get here. So the panther you guys ran across, especially the big one, we're not close to death.
Well, I thought the one you mentioned had been picked over already. Like the tentacles have been bitten off and
Oh, there's that one.
yep.
Yeah.
That's the one I
I
was talking
figured
about.
out what she was going for. I'm like, well, I can steal this idea.
You're just looking for glory to steal. I love it. Yep, that's
what
right.
that's what he does.
Yeah.
It says, oh, well, that would be the perfect target because it would have been not. It said it would have been not. It's probably no longer infested or lightly infested at most, and probably still has its gem. I mean, unless somebody else has gotten to it first.
We've only been here like what, a half hour? An hour?
We did a short rest at bare minimum, so we've probably been here a couple of hours.
Yeah, you've been here a couple of hours.
Sounds like we got a place to start.
Let's
Back the way we came.
How far away is that? Like from where we are now to travel back to where we saw it.
It's like 250 feet or so.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah,
let's
and
go
we
back.
Go around these.
Well,
take Skippy with us, or
He says, "Well, I'd like to go back to
Oh, of
brother
course.
and sister-in-law.
Yeah, man, you're good.
Back to harm.
I mean, unless
but,
you wanted to
it's
hang
a little
out with-
awkward. I'm gonna be. It's that awkward thing where I'm like, I do need to go around the same way. But
Sure,
then-
yeah, you can do it.
What's your name? You said your brother was Kenny.
Larry.
Larry.
You're trying to bait out a reference here.
No, I'm just really bad at names.
His name is now Kenny.
Okay. Well, you bring him along, you can die.
Wait, this one
every
is Kenny?
time.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's his job.
Yeah, that's right. You're our Kenny. No, let's not do that.
He says, "Yeah, my name is Kenny."
I'm sorry.
Hey,
Yeah.
Kenny's it was good because I would have been eating with him,
Yeah.
having dinner, breaking bread together.
He's like, you gotta get something better here.
I mean, I would love to learn how to do this better. I guess. Again, though, I mean, this is kind of my taste, though.
You have some very bland tastes. He says, I don't think I've ever eaten food this bland.
You're like an unsalted saltine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Grilled crackers.
Yeah, it grows on you.
But to you guys, they're okay.
Yeah.
But to him, it's like, what is this?
It grows on you. I mean, it won't grow on you. Again, Gideon's like that. Wait, that might mean something here.
I'm picturing, I'm
This is
picturing
the world of
wafers,
magic.
like in church, whatever you call them. Like the
Oh, the
communion
wafers, yeah.
Yeah.
Gene Simmons just walking around with communion.
Yeah. That's right. Okay, so we'll just head back there.
Yeah. So he goes with you around the town because he's going to harm, so he's got to go around the. But as soon as you guys are gonna continue up one direction, he's gonna go.
I want to be. I want to. Can you tell us what it's like when the charm person wears off?
That is 16.
What happens?
That's gonna be like another 45.
I think he's gonna get home and so he's just gonna kind
Hey,
of like
wait a
shake it off and
minute.
be like,
Massive jaws. It can run.
wait, what?
Charge.
So,
Go
boy.
back to
Okay.
Harville Bar.
Anyway,
So
so
we get to the Panther?
so
Unscathed?
as you guys split off, you can see that the other two halflings are actually standing up on the side of the canyon, looking down, and they look relieved as he's kind of coming up.
I give those guys thumbs
They
up.
rush over and hug them.
That could be a foul gesture.
It's a cat.
It is a cat. You show it to the camera.
It's a cat.
Nice.
Just gonna start flinging things in that direction.
Okay.
I just wave at him.
Yeah. They kind of scowl as they like. One of them puts his arm. The brother puts his arm around him,
And then I'll do this.
I'm gonna raise my arm in a farewell and I'm gonna yip.
and then they take off. Yip yip yip. All right.
Sorry if I took away a moment you were hoping to have with them. I'm sorry.
All right. So you get over to the panther.
Panther.
The panther has been chewed on. The tentacles are no longer there. It does have some of its skin, but it's like mostly all the flesh is gone. It's to the point where it's just the leather and the fur that's kind of remaining, right?
Skin and bone.
Yeah. So you go over to the panther and you look at its head.
Doesn't give away much, does he?
And you see that there is a little purple gem embedded in its skull.
Oh, the Everwinter's Blessing. What did you roll? A 4? So you
Gideon doesn't hesitate. He pulls out the knife and starts trying
No!
reroll.
I'm an archaeologist. This is what I do.
Yeah, but I like shinies. But okay,
Let me.
I'm just saying, if
So
no one was moving,
with-
so Gideon will.
With a pick and I don't know what anything is called. The little thing and chisel.
Okay. You don't know what a chisel's called? Go on.
I can't think of words.
It's
I'm gonna pull out a hammer and chisel and I'm gonna do my job.
Okay.
Excavating the
I'm like,
She,
wait!
skull.
Mississippi is, you can tell that this is her craft. She takes the little tiny chisel and the little tiny rock hammer,
They're especially small because I'm a halfling.
and she goes around and she chips the skull just right, and then you can see her. She puts her hand underneath it and just flicks it, and it falls into her hand.
Nice. Love it. So this is like one we haven't seen before? Okay.
No. Is purple?
Yeah.
Is it bigger than that one? Or about the same
They're
size?
about the same size.
Well,
Do you have anything that will hold something?
I sure do.
I don't know what it does, so I'm cautious of it. I don't want to accidentally say something and then fireball.
I don't have any shard heart gear, so.
I'm gonna.
Yeah,
I've got
it's you
it's
two.
my staff or your hat.
Did I have time to shop?
I'm gonna put it in my hat.
Okay. Okay, you have a hat. Good.
I'm gonna put it in my short hard hat.
I just
Oop, he closed it.
I hit it with my
Crying inside.
palm as I was opening it up here. All right.
This is-
Good news, it emanates thunder damage.
Internet work.
Gem of concussion.
Internet.
Gem of concussion.
Her head just explodes.
The way the night's
What a way to
been going,
go.
All right. Disconnecting from D6 internet.
And what didn't help was
We said
There we go.
my searing beam
You
deal 2 damage.
feel a little faster.
It's on a 4, it's on 3, and it's 2 6.
You feel like after a little bit, you might be able to have a couple extra strides.
Oh, that's awesome.
Which is especially good because I have very short legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so good.
Be right back. And I'm gonna go sprint 30 feet.
Okay. So this happens. This you can feel it's coming, and you're like it's maybe an hour off from taking
Oh,
full
okay.
effect.
Then I'll wait until I feel like it's.
Yeah, you feel like it's going to take a little bit before it takes full effect.
We're just watching a victory lap. I got the gem!
Okay.
I was thinking maybe you should have mine.
What time is it right now?
I'll have yours.
No.
In game.
No,
Oh.
in game.
Oh, yeah. It's actually getting late.
We should probably get back because I don't.
Yeah.
The woods are scary during the day. I don't want to know what night is.
Okay.
And I just tried.
And
On your return?
chairs.
Rolling for random encounter.
Yay.
So you are making your way back to farm.
When nothing happens.
And we make it back.
Nothing happens.
And we're unscathed.
Well, we're
All right.
not unscathed.
So this
We
is
are
what I'm going to do
no longer
is,
further escaped.
for the sake of kind of expediting this along, I'll just give you what these 2 gems do. Okay, and the next week I have cards printed out for these,
Oh, cool.
but I totally forgot to bring them, so we'll have them next week.
Nice.
Okay, but you were able to figure this one out relatively quickly, and after kind of messing around with it, you guys basically figure this out. Okay, we're gonna start with the blazing fire gem first. Okay, if you're put into a martial weapon, when you hit with an attack using this weapon, the target takes an extra d4 fire damage. Caster weapon, when you hit with a implement. When you hit with a spell using this focus or implement, the spell deal and the spell deals fire damage. Target takes an extra d6 fire damage. You put it into armor. When you are hit by fire damage, reduce that damage by 2d4. If you're put into a ring, you gain the ability to cast bonfire once per short rest. You put it into an amulet, you gain advantage to all rolls to resist the effects of hot weather. And if you put it into anything else, you leave a foot wide trail of fire when you walk, and then there are associated rules with that. So
That sounds like the coolest thing to put my instrument ever.
Or his staff.
No,
You
it's
also
better
got-
in his staff. But I'm just
You
saying.
are
I don't know if
using
it's better than my staff.
the magic,
Unreliable on dealing fire damage.
the magic gem, and they're the most basic of all the gems.
Okay.
It
Sounds like.
in martial weapon, it gives you makes your weapon magical and has +1 hit to damage and damage. In a caster weapon, it's +1 to hit and +1 to your spell saves. And when you put it into armor, it's +1 AC. When you put it into a ring, it gives you an extra spell slot, a first level spell slot. When you put it into an amulet, it gets +2 damage on natural and unarmed attacks. And when you put it into anything else, it gives you an extra 5 feet of movement.
Extra 5 feet. Cool.
So right now, she's got an extra 5 feet of movement.
That's
Now,
all
the way these gems work is it takes an hour
To attune or.
to attune.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe I should give you, and so you can have the speed of your boots, and you can have the fire.
But you can put them in different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that putting them in boots is kind of. I feel like putting it into a +1 weapon might be, or armor, would be more efficient. Use of it. Same thing with the fire. I think the fire gem is best in a spell focus.
Yeah.
So you
That's
maybe
what I was
get a
thinking.
holy symbol with a slot or a staff.
So it only does the fire damage on spells that already deal fire.
Oh,
That's-
okay.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I am not the most reliably going to be dealing fire damage.
Otherwise, I was
What
thinking
did the
about giving it to
magic gem
Ryan.
do in an amulet again?
In a hand.
With your, if you
It
get-
helps him.
+2 to
I don't have
natural
any
and
shard
unarmed
hard gear
attacks.
But
+2
if you
damage.
get,
Right. So, in the meantime, though, it only takes an hour to attune, so someone can use it, and then if we need to switch it out,
Yeah, you can swap them out.
yeah.
So we need to get you an amulet and put that in there because of his unarmed attacks. It really buffs
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, having a faster rogue is also not a terrible thing.
Well,
either,
I
so
was thinking, into weapon or armor, because then it's +1 weapon or armor.
that's also nice.
But they're all good choices.
They really are.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You could both take an extra spell slot by putting it into a ring, so
There's
an
options.
extra
options.
heal.
yeah, an extra first level healing word.
Do. Yeah.
Do better.
I want to. No. I actually want to ask the group a question. So, do you want me to potentially do something awesome, but if it backfires, it might make it so people don't want us in harm? It might cause us trouble and harm?
You're gonna threaten the people.
Well, so here's what I'm thinking. And maybe we can have this conversation as I'm walking back. I'm feeling fairly confident I can convince the mayor that those guys stole that gem we saw from us, that they mugged us in town. And maybe we could get that from them. But if she doesn't believe me and they accuse us of anything and they believe, it's just like
I think
I feel I'm pretty good at stirring the pot. That's kind of how I got to where I was back in the day.
Don't think they've probably got more trustworthy faces
yeah.
than we do.
I think maybe no.
Speak for yourself.
Eh? I'm feared you're ugly.
No, he said I did good. All right, he said I look pretty good.
You're pretty ugly for a human.
Yeah. Exactly. I got this big old mouth. We'll get some fake. I'll go to the well and ask for fake tusks.
Why not just go to the well and ask for tusks? Just real ones.
Oh, screw it. Yeah, I'm gonna go to the well and ask for tusks.
Or
I
shards.
just want to be a real boy.
I would really prefer them to be ones I could take out because it's gonna mess with my alignment of my jaw and stuff. I just,
Old man Gideon's
but
going.
it might really help.
All right, so you guys get back into Harm, what you used to know as Harmony, at dusk. And the sun is falling in the sky. Not literally, Emily. And
You never know. This new world kind of sucks.
yep. Sorry,
It's actually awesome. Again, when I say that, right? I love what's happening right now.
And basically all you see in the streets at this point are a few patrols of militiamen, basically. And most of the city has basically retired to their homes. Where do you go? What do you do?
I'm exhausted.
Back
I'm
to
going
the
to the
inn.
inn.
You
I
guys
go-
go back to the inn.
I go to the wishing well and ask for. I want fake tusks that I can put on to help with my disguise.
Right.
Going to wish for dentures. Bold.
Yeah.
So, what do you throw in?
What did I throw in last time? I threw in like a copper. So I'll just throw another copper. Worked last time.
You throw a copper down. And for a little while, a little firefly.
You have to eat it.
It worked for you.
Good.
So I have a firefly now.
Mhm.
Do I have to eat you? Does anyone come with me, or you're just like?
I'll go with you.
Okay.
So
You're
you were gone when this happened, though.
So I wouldn't know.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like, I want
like-
to see this well.
So last time she had to eat it. Do you think I should eat it?
Is it telling you to do anything otherwise?
Hey, how do I get you to work?
It bites her hand.
Oh.
Right.
It bit me, so I bit it.
Roll a Constitution saving throw.
Hey, you guys all got their stupid things. It's my turn. Okay. Con save is 13. Right arm.
Good news is you got tusks. Bad news is
He doesn't get tusks. Your right arm starts to mutate, and you grow little hairs that go out probably about 2 inches, and then you kind of start getting like your skin becomes like almost hard.
Huh.
And it's the entire time that it's starting to do that, it's extremely painful.
Okay.
You're watching this, and his right arm is.
Oh no, this sucks! Oh, what did I do? Why is this stupid?
I'm like, those don't look like tusks.
A pair of militiamen run over, right? With black hair, tusks themselves and whatnot, and they look at you and they say, "What did you do?
I made a wish.
This got to be your second wish. Why did you do that?"
I didn't know you could only do one wish, man.
They're like, "Oh,
The first wish worked. The second wish I
we
figured
gotta
would work
we
too.
gotta bring you to the seer. Maybe she can do something for you."
Okay, let's do that.
He says you're gonna have to help him because you're writhing in pain.
Okay, let's do this. Let's go. I'm this big man
So
looking at this little
the other
gnome.
three of you, we're gonna come back to you. Yeah, you're in complete pain. The other three of you, and I rolled on how well this is gonna work for you.
Yeah, and of course you roll poorly.
I rolled a 1.
Yeah, of course you roll poorly. Yeah, the one time that I needed you to roll well. Your DM dice are doing well.
Yeah. So the three.
Yeah, very well.
The three of you are back at the tavern, and you're arriving the same time as the hunter group. And the lead hunter, who's this gigantic man, green scaly skin, big old wart on the side of his face, takes up the entire cheek, and then a horn that kind of comes down and then twists again and then goes straight up for probably half a foot.
No one hunts
He
like Gaston.
raises.
No one hunts like Gaston.
No, yeah, exactly.
This is the most handsome man in all of Harmony.
Oh,
And
my
he
gosh.
raises as your a gigantic head, human face, and actually, you would say that that face would have been on a man's face, body. That would have been a good 8, a solid 8. Chiseled chin, right?
So hideous.
Perfect eyebrows.
Monstrous.
But then it's also got quills for a mane of. It's got like a mane of quills kind of going around. He's holding it up by a bunch of the quills, and as he's entering the inn, he says, "We've got another lion. Drinks are on me," and he throws it on a table. And you can see the group of 12 come in, including the
Lydia.
Lydia, the huntress that you had conversation with, and they're all cheering and happy as they've gotten their lion tonight.
Is there a gem in the lion's face?
There is what looks to be a big hole cut out
Damn it.
of the front.
I mean, makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyways, so drinks are on them, or at least a round. So each you three each get a round of the premium grog, and you take a sip of it, and you're like, this is strong tasting stuff. Like, not strong as in alcohol strong, but like the flavor is overpowering.
The fine prison wine.
It's blood.
No, that's my Sunday group. And no, not even kidding, Dave.
I believe you.
Going on. So, everybody's celebrating and having a great time because a lion has been slayed. Not here.
Gathered that. Okay. I approach Lydia.
Yeah.
So you got your lion.
She says it's a glorious day for the hunt. She raises up her mug.
And everyone else does
And
too?
she's waiting for you to
Oh, I clink.
clinks it.
Oh
and
boy, and it all
she takes
spills everywhere.
a big slug. I mean, yeah, but they're celebrating. So
Yeah.
beer on the floor
Yeah.
is proof
Yeah.
that they're having a good time.
Great.
That the floors are sticky.
Yep.
Yep. Well, they weren't when they started. Gideon's not here for this,
We'll just sit and drink.
but one of his famous ballads is now being sung by a young, ugly man at the. But the words have been just ever so slightly twisted.
Does it sound better than when Gideon sang it?
To me, yes.
In actuality, no.
Oh, okay.
No way. It's like that crappy cover of like that.
Anyway, here's one.
It's like that crap cover of yeah.
Oh, that's good.
It's like if I were to do a cover of yeah. Of,
Okay, let's be real. I don't
Can
know
you
your
sing?
musical
I was
talent.
gonna
no, I
say.
cannot sing.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the point.
It's that bad.
It's that bad. But everybody seems to be enjoying it and having a good time.
They're
So
Alcohol does
we'll
that.
switch
Yeah.
back to you guys.
Ow, 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 ow. I'm making a big old fuss. Big old fuss. Might be hamming it up just a little bit.
Okay. So you are escorted to the old jailhouse down into the cellar.
This poor lady's used for all kinds of
there's-
stuff, but she's still
there's-
locked up.
Yeah.
There's the guard
'cause
man.
flesh.
He looks over and he says, "Not another wishing well accident." And the militiaman says, "Yeah, this ugly guy made some bad decisions tonight." And opens up the solid jail cell door, and you see the seer on the inside. She stands manacled against the wall, and she looks to you, and she says, "Now you're not looking so bad."
Thanks, sweetheart. Can you do me a favor here? Can you do anything about this? They said they can do something about this. This really sucks. And he just string of words basically doesn't
She
stop
says,
talking.
"I can relieve the pain."
That would be wonderful, wonderful. I'll give you a kiss. I'll give you whatever.
She says, You'll give me a kiss.
You don't even know what a kiss means here.
He's not thinking.
Through her Hannibal mask, her tongue rides against the metal bars.
Oh.
And she says, "Come here, boy."
It would be the bard. Yep.
Okay. How bad is this pain?
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 like it's so bad you'll just off yourself, and 1 is just everyday life.
Yeah.
Right. This is like a 6.
Existence is pain.
Well, okay. So I said what I said because you said I was writhing in pain.
Yeah. So it's like a 6. So 6 is not writhing enough.
Okay.
Like just on the edge of writhing.
You also said you were hamming them.
I sure did. I rolled a 5 to see how I was handling it, and so I'm not doing well. So I guess it's gonna happen.
Smoochy, smoochy.
Gideon did a lot for his career. Some things he's not proud of. So we might have been in some similar situations like this before. I guess I plant one on the mask. Is that what she's? That's what she said, right?
She says, "Come here first."
Okay. I mean, because the way you said it made me sound like, is that what she's saying? I'm trying to know if that's what she implied.
She wants it.
She wants a kiss?
Not yet, though.
Okay.
She says, "Cross the line."
I look back at the guards, the ones who brought me.
They have their halberds.
Yeah.
They have it pointed at the seer.
Okay. I look back at them. I'm like, do I cross the line?
They said, "It's a gamble."
Well, you brought me here for a reason, guys.
She's the only one that can do anything about it.
Okay. So you're saying the last person in this position, they crossed the line?
Yes.
And it worked out okay?
The last one, no.
What about the one before that?
Yes.
The one before that?
No.
One before that.
Is there any other options?
You were in pain for the rest of your life?
Oh, this is not going to stop.
Careful now.
Okay, I crossed the line.
You cross the line. She reaches over really quickly with her hand. The guards take their halberds and they get up close, almost touching her. She grabs your hand and begins to sniff her long nose wrapping around it. And it goes all the way up. And then she mutters something. You can feel the pain. And she follows it all the way up. The pain is receding. Follows it all the way up.
Oh, thank you,
And
sweetheart.
she says, "Take this mask. I want it proper."
Somewhere Abbott's just screaming, "That's my woman!"
Oh my gosh.
Like you can sense it in the universe.
I want it proper. I look back at you and I say, we're going to talk about this after this.
Okay. By the way,
promise to kiss.
I sure did. I sure did. I said exactly what I feel like Gideon would say in the midst of writhing pain, in the moment, trying to convince a woman of
the
something.
guards or anyone as we walk through town mentioned anything, the fact that I'm covered in 2 people's blood. I didn't wipe any of that off.
No, that seems to be pretty standard.
Well, the hunters just came back carrying a lion
Right.
All right.
head.
Again, I look back at the guards.
They're real nervous. You can see them visibly like shaking in anticipation.
He starts saying the name of a woman. He starts whispering the name of a woman, and he closes it, and he kind of opens the mask.
You gotta undo it from the back.
Opens the mask, and he's kind of like, okay, Jessica. Actually, I'll just use the name of my wife, Miranda.
To make you comfortable with this, I'm gonna have you describe the kiss.
Oh, dude, I don't care. Go for it.
No. I want to make sure you're all right with it.
Oh,
You can describe the kiss.
anything that you can say to them, like you can say to me.
Okay.
I'm just like Miranda.
Her long, knotty tongue.
Naughty as in
KN or
K-N-O-T.
Yep.
Her naughty tongue. See, I told you, it's fine.
Licks your molars.
She likes the teeth, huh?
You can feel her teeth clink against yours. She encourages with her tongue for your tongue to follow suit. And just like that,
My tongue's not nearly as long.
No. And she says, "It's been a while since I've been allowed to kiss anyone. The last one, I bit off his tongue. But you were all right."
Thanks, dear. I'll never forget this.
remember how much you try.
She says, "You'll shed that in 2 weeks."
Thank you. You were wonderful.
You back up behind the line.
Put her mask back on?
They're like, "You didn't get bit? I want one." The other one's like, "Yeah, you didn't get bit."
They want a kiss?
She's the most beautiful woman in all of
Oh,
the
I
land.
forgot that was a real thing. I wasn't here last week, so I missed all that build up to this thing.
They're now like debating, the guardsman like that's kind of standing outside. He's looking at it, he's like, no, one of you will die. You're like, but
It was great, guys. See ya! I gotta need a drink! I'll leave them to their discussions.
yeah, as you guys are leaving, there's like this huge debate on whether they take the risk of kissing her.
As I walk, I'm like, it was awesome, guys. See ya. And I wink at her as I leave. Noticing that they are jealous makes me feel better.
She's got a grin on their face, and she's like, next.
And I wink at
Last
her.
word as you
Yeah, as we leave.
as you leave.
Next thing you hear is screaming.
Thank you, Josh.
You'll never
Oh
forget
my gosh.
it. Never forget it.
Nope.
So-
That's some memorable kids.
Anyway, back to the Jolly So that's the tavern. And your guys are having, it's a party. It's a full-fledged party.
Yeah, baby. I need something to drink.
You're going to go to bed?
Well, I'm gonna talk to Lydia a little bit more.
I
I
finished.
want to learn a little bit more about this hunt. How did it happen? How'd you take it down? Give me the whole big fish story.
Okay,
Gideon comes and takes your drink that you're obviously not drinking. And
She
bed
meant-
now.
she
I'm nursing it.
No, I just.
I have to ask, did they give me a halfling size portion or just like a one size? Like of the beer.
They have one-side mugs.
Okay, cool. So,
It's, so it's like Lord of the Rings.
yeah.
They have pints.
You've had a whole lot already.
Right?
Yeah.
Um,
So I've just been sip.
yeah, and so yeah, she's like, yeah, it's your standard affair with lions. You have to have a catapult with a net. You have to fling somebody up there. Then you have 2 groups pincer attack when they land. It's intense. The big thing is you want to cut off the tail as soon as you can, because otherwise you're just getting quills to the.
Did anybody die?
No, luckily, minor injuries, but we've been doing this for years, so yeah.
Good. We went to the carrying grotto.
Oh,
I hate it.
the carrying ground. You get some shards.
A couple.
Says, great. Then you're probably good enough where you can set off to, you can probably face off against some of these.
Probably not.
You're-
No, because when I say we got a couple, I mean we collectively got a couple.
Oh, you should really think about getting one for each of you.
Uh-huh.
You have 4 in your party, right?
5.
I didn't see the 5th. Oh,
Yeah.
you saw him again then.
Yeah.
Yep.
He can be touched now, too.
Well, about.
Yeah, it takes about a day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently. Does he, like... do they like stay that way, or do they go back? To
Eventually they fade into nothingness. I'd say he's got 3 months.
So it's terminal then.
Yeah. Yeah.
Any way to reverse it?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Never heard of anything like. I mean, anything's
Aw.
possible. You know who you should ask?
Seer?
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe in the morning. It's been a day.
Abbott.
It has been
Why can't I remember your name?
Elrindel.
Elrindel?
Yep.
Anything going on with you guys in the tavern here?
Oh, I started playing one of his songs. I went back and crashed.
a day.
You're
can't
like,
listen
this
to
is
this right
terrible.
now.
Yeah, just
Not only do I gotta listen to his music, I gotta listen to a bad version of it.
I think it's better because it's not him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink the embarrassment away. The embarrassment of the whole day.
Yeah. It's after the first 2 beers and your taste buds kind of die off a little bit. Actually, very good.
Draconic is still a language, right?
So,
It was one of my languages back
Oh yeah, how would we have had those languages?
yeah, Draconic would have been like a
Is it archaic language, maybe?
yeah, it would have been like a language of scholars, basically. It's all we can say. It's like that was not. It's not called Draconic. It's called like ancient. You could call it like ancient Greek.
It's like or it's like speaking Latin.
Yeah.
No one
Like-
speaks Latin, but they still study it.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
So eventually I think I'm gonna try to catch on to the songs. Maybe sing along in ancient Greek.
we'll come up with a better name with that in a little bit, but yeah.
So
What? Oh, sorry. You
But-
went to sleep. Yeah. At what point does Gideon come into this?
So you come in,
And well,
and,
us.
yeah.
You said
You
you
come
came
in like
and
a
took
half
notes.
hour after like everything's got good and drunk.
I am
So
good.
yeah, and you come in and the guy's playing probably his 6 songs. Not all of them were his songs. 4 of the 6 were, and he is currently playing.
Wonderwall.
Oh, Emil's Toadfoot. It's a great song.
Emil's Toadfoot.
It's a funny song, right?
What's it called?
Emil's Toadfoot. And yeah, it's just a goofy song about a young man named Emil who was really clumsy.
So they're singing the song, but every time he sings the word toad, everybody just starts breaking out laughing. Obviously, it has some sort of second meaning now.
Yeah.
I start finishing off drinks, and then I'm totally going to I'm not going to try to take this guy's spot, but I'm going to come up and help.
All right.
And just join in and just try.
So
I
he's
just want to have some
We're
fun.
gonna
Yeah,
find
he's
out
playing.
if it's in
He's
town.
playing a lute.
Okay.
It's probably your average fair lute, and it's a little out of tune.
I'll do some percussion.
Okay, you'll do some. You come up and you take one of the stools and
Sure. Oh, I have a drum.
you have a drum.
Yep.
Yeah, and you
That's
take
what
your
I-
drum and
yep.
start pounding along, and that helps him actually. Gets him more into rhythm. Yeah, that was one of the problems he was having before. Is keeping to the beat, so to speak.
I managed to sing harmony even though it's a little off.
Or
I
even
can't-
harm.
Say what?
No, I meant harmony like.
I managed to speak in a little e-harm. And even though it's a little out of tune,
Yeah.
I can still match what he's playing. So
All right.
just have some fun.
So let's skip forward to the next morning.
Gideon wakes up with a song about a knotted naughty tongue.
The next morning, you guys have full rested. Now, remember, you don't get your full hit points back when you rest. You have to, you do get,
Spend hit dice.
you have to spend hit dice. When you're full resting, you can reroll a number of hit dice equal to your con modifier. Those are listed. I have my house rules in the linked in the chat. If
So
you
you
guys
get
want to
back
see
half
what
the hit dice if you had it.
So you get your normal amount of hit dice back. So you guys are what level? Four. So you get two hit dice back to use, and then you can.
I would have, if anyone was still looking for before bed, I would have. Yeah, I would have exhausted my my spell slots on you.
On me?
Yeah, if you're still looking bad.
Yeah. How many spell slots?
Yeah, I have a couple. So.
Okay, roll them.
Wow. Okay, so that's 8.
Okay.
Any more? Are you feeling okay?
No,
Or
don't worry about it.
Alright. Let me
You need
mark
any?
that off.
I
Does anyone need
could
anything?
use a little more if you try to have some spare. I'm down 6.
Happy to do so. Let me make sure I have enough spell slots. Oh yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. I'm gonna do that every time because I keep rolling 4s. Every time I throw it in and it bounces out. So 8.
Awesome. I'm full.
Okay.
Because we get our spell slots back, right? Okay, we got to use that, and we got to also remember if ever we do a short rest, I can do a Song of Rest, which is just an extra D6 of healing. So just let us not forget.
If you heal during the
Does anyone still need help? Like health and stuff?
I'm good. I was only.
I have wonderful, semi-intoxicated, helping words that I'm like.
What happened to your
before
arm?
I go to bed. A lovely lady gave me a gift.
You can see around his
On
mouth.
our way back, I'm like,
Around his mouth, by the way, there's like black crust. You're like, you notice that black crust after the kiss.
on our way home, just on the way back, I'm like, we don't need to speak of this. Okay. I just wanted to. I was just going to question people about these guys who mugged us. How big is their clutch that they talked about?
Oh, do we see Larry and Kenny in the bar? And Larry's wife?
You see another halfling in the bar, but you don't see those
Not the ones
three.
that we recognize.
No.
Yeah. So I want to find out how big is this clutch? How big is this family?
Who do you go ask that?
Bartender.
Bartender. This is this is yeah. You're asking about. It's weird.
I'm just gonna be up straight with you, man. They mugged us, or they
Yeah.
tried.
Yeah. Well, you're talking about their eggs. I mean, that's weird.
They called it a clutch. We heard them call it. Think about our clutch. I mean, I'm still new
It's
around
a
here.
term for their eggs.
Okay, so I'm not asking how many eggs. I'm asking
Their family.
like how big is their family? And
How many? You
are
want to
they-
know how many halflings are in town?
Oh, they're all part of the same family.
Well, I mean, halflings are generally gonna be twice removed and all
Oh,
that stuff.
sure.
1700.
How popular are these fellas around here?
320
They pretty
years.
well liked.
I mean, they're scavengers, so not extremely light, but
Do they
they bring in the money for their family because scavengers do make a pretty penny.
Do they got friends in high places?
They have a pretty good repertoire with the smiths.
Like the Smiths?
Yeah, they
As
bring in the
like
gems.
Smithies?
Yes.
Not the Smiths, as in like
Smiths and the
Johnny and
Smithies.
Jamie Smith. Okay,
Because they bring in the gems when they scavenge,
sure.
so that the smiths can make gear with it.
Do they typically cause trouble like this? Are they known for that?
I don't. You see, what happens in the grotto stays. In the
Oh, I
grotto.
wasn't in the grotto, friend. It was right outside town. We had scavenged. The first one that you gave me was a brutal gem. We had found a brutal gem, and they mugged us.
Huh. It says, oh, that's
It wasn't in the grotto.
doesn't sound like them. I know. There's underhanded dealings happening in the grotto, but
Underhanded dealings.
Yes.
What is
So-
it? Sure.
There it is. You already have an inspiration, sir.
I know. I just had to pull it in. It's day's almost done. Anyways,
That is
underhand.
perfect.
Isn't that wonderful?
That's really good.
Yeah.
Both of them were good.
Yeah.
First one would have been better had I realized what we were doing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, like maybe they think because we're new, they can just kind of push us around.
Yeah, I mean, you are kind of.
Okay.
But you can probably understand we're a little peeved about it. Where do you go to lodge a complaint against a citizen from around here?
Go speak to the guard captain.
Okay. Did I just see the guard captain? Did the guard captain just see me kiss this beautiful woman?
Maybe.
Okay. All right. Thank you. And I buy another drink and I leave a little bit nicer of a tip.
Okay.
I'm trying to get.
You want to do this in the morning then? Go to sleep, or you want to go visit the guard captain now?
In this state, I'm not very reliable.
Yeah. So next morning, rest. Gideon has a scheme that he's working on.
Well, I have the beginnings.
Of a scheme.
I found out, guys, that these guys that tried to mug us, they're just scavengers. It sounds like. Sounds like they have an in with the Smithies, which I know maybe we don't want them to be upset with us. So I mean, I don't want to cause a fuss, but maybe if we get desperate right before we leave out of town, before we hit Dodge, I might be able to get our hands on one more gem. I'm pretty good at convincing people of things. So, I'm not saying we do it now. I'm just saying, yeah.
That plan is amazing. It is, without a doubt, the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And for the first time, I'm impressed by you.
Impressed by my stupidity?
Yes.
Okay. And in Gideon's mind, everything is backwards here, so he's like convinced you actually like the idea. Because he's really having a hard time figuring out
What
which
does
way
the
is up
rest of
and
the
down.
party think? You guys weigh in?
I'd rather not make enemies.
We already have enemies with the enemy, the biggest enemy, right? But I'm not gonna say I'm gonna do it.
Invisible to that enemy. We're not invisible to these guys.
All I'm saying is that when I brought up this idea to the barkeep, they were kind of surprised, but kind of not.
Well, what kind of reputation do these guys have in town?
They're just scavengers.
Scavengers can be pretty resourceful. I'm not sure we want them after us.
Some scavengers, maybe. I don't know. I'm just. Maybe I'm just saying. I understand. What do you think?
Well, they did admit that they were mugging us. So, just something to keep in consideration.
Abbott?
Is not the best way, but mayhaps necessary.
Well, let's think about it. Let's let it ruminate. Are we heading back to the?
I think we need more shards one way or the other.
Okay. Well, if we get desperate, maybe we can go after that plan.
Okay.
I trust
Is it
your collective judgment.
is this whole like written complaint system thing? Like, is there much legislature here? Like, it's gonna take a while to be processed, or is it something that they're gonna act on right away?
We're talking about like the medieval age.
Yeah.
It's action now.
So So when we go complain, then there's gonna be immediate. It's not like, oh, I gotta talk to my superiors.
Generally, when you go
Okay.
like the higher up you go, the longer
The
things
longer
take.
it takes. So for right now, it'd be okay. So yeah. So
And that's
well,
standard
we go
across. all
to the
medieval.
grotto, and then depending on what we find, we come back and do the thing that we go after.
Yep.
So you go after them.
The interrogation involves flogging, so I think it'll happen quick.
All right.
While we're going back to the grotto, I'm singing naughty to naughty. Just working out little.
Random encounter time.
Okay. It's your new song. We make our way to the grotto.
She took my breath away. Oh man. This is
So
good.
as you were making your way to the grotto, you guys
We
have a
have
nice,
a nice
pleasant conversation,
walk.
and you enjoy your walk.
The birds are chirping.
What birds?
I like how you're leading him. Really trying to lead him.
I don't want to die.
What was the fire eagles?
Anyways, you make your way down to the grotto again, the edge of the grotto.
Yeah.
And you're there, and you see the gigantic worm that's in purple in shade. And the first thing you notice about it is the worm itself is starting to collapse.
Desiccated.
Yeah, in on itself.
It's not twitching anymore.
It's not twitching
that's an
anymore, and in
archaeologist's
fact,
word.
where it's collapsed, you can see that it's like hollowed out interior.
The head is still in the cave, though.
Or is it outside?
Who said the head was in the cave?
I thought that's what you.
Yeah, I kind of asked when we asked like where the grotto was, and I said
It's-
where the head
It
goes.
goes, but not. The head doesn't go in the cave.
Oh, okay.
How close is the head to the cave?
You don't know. You've never been down there.
Do we see any other creatures that are in the same state of decay as the panther?
Roll a perception.
All of us, or just her?
You all can.
Yeah. 25.
So I have a 30-sided die here,
Oh, jeepers.
right?
Yep.
I
Okay.
rolled it.
You rolled a 30-sided.
Yeah, a 30-sided die, and I rolled it to see how many.
Of these we find.
Yeah.
30?
And you not how many, but it's like the chances of it.
Oh, 26%.
Here's a 1.
You don't see any that are as desiccated.
Do we
What
see any
what
that
if-
are like the tricyclopods that we saw?
The rhinos. They're rhinos.
I like Abbott's word better. The rhinos, do we see anything? So, that was the rhino the same stage of decay as the panther, or was it farther gone?
The rhino was further gone.
So, do we see anything?
There was
like
still
that?
a little bit of meat on the bones, but for the most part, it'd been all.
So, do we see any gems? Like without? Well, I guess I don't know. I can dig. That's what I do. I dig.
So you're suggesting going back into the worm?
No.
Do you think that worm has
No.
like a giant gem on its head?
It might.
Maybe.
Because
I'm-
we're supposed to
I'm
look for
kinda
things that
leaning
have
towards the
recently
worm.
died, right?
Kind of leaning towards the worm.
Let's go look at the worm's head. We're not
Just
wide
don't
berth.
climb it.
Wide berth, but let's just go look.
Let's go.
It's a big giant
You
worm.
follow the
We're following
worm,
the worm.
and then you come to its head. And its head has massive teeth, and you can see that there is a glow coming from just inside.
How big are the teeth?
The teeth are your sized.
So does that mean the gap between the teeth is my size?
Yeah.
Cool.
You're faster now.
I'm doing it. Going in the mouth of the worm. and
Wait,
I'm
are you going alone?
I'm gonna die.
Are you going? You don't have to go alone.
I'm gonna follow her.
So you literally just jet in there,
Well, I stand there and I'm like,
or you're saying this to
well,
us.
I'm like, I'm going in, and I start to like find the biggest gap,
What did we learn today?
and then you're following.
Yeah.
Not
I'm
today.
Today
It's
is a
yesterday.
new day.
Are you giving me bardic inspiration with that song?
Absolutely, I am.
Great. Okay. Thanks.
Today is a new day.
All right. So you go
What
in
will we learn
30
today?
feet up. You see
30.
You see the gem on the top of the mouth. And inside,
Does this new movement speed give me an additional?
you're looking around, and there's still a little bit of flesh, probably about 20 feet out in a
Which
sort
means
of segment.
probably
You can see that there are maggots, approximately beagle size.
Is there?
Sorry.
Is
Sorry.
there any?
That's poor Lobo.
Do you have a beagle or something?
He used to have it.
Oh.
He used to have a beagle.
Oh.
That was a little.
Is there any place for me to throw a grappling hook to get up there? It's
Have
like,
you seen Dune?
we've been over there.
I think that's his way of saying yes.
Yes, you can hook onto the segments.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw my grappling hook up, and I'm going to
Okay.
climb up the rope.
Roll it.
Can we all fit through the teeth, or
See if you can.
or did they go in by themselves?
Yeah.
We need to not.
Um.
Let's wait. Can we? Are we going in, big people?
Yeah.
Can we fit through the teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to sidestep through the teeth. They could just walk.
Suck it in.
Okay. So, a grappling hook up, climbing the rope up, and I'm in my little climber's harness because I still have that on. So I'm gonna tie it off so that I'm hanging right below the gem.
Okay, this gem is slightly bigger,
Okay.
and it glows this reddish.
Woo.
Okay, and then you want me to tell you what it does now?
Are we gonna cliffhanger on this? Does it explode?
All right. After we do this, oh, by the way, before we get into the meat and potatoes of what this does,
Of the worm?
you guys can actually, from the head of the worm, you can see where the grotto kind of goes into the actual cave entrance starts.
Of course.
Only 50 to 60 feet off from the entrance of the head. You can see that there's spikes of stone
Stalagmites.
that are like stained brown with old blood.
I actually feel better being in the worm right now.
All right.
So
Pop
I'm
it up.
up and I'm tied off, so I'm like hanging, swinging back and
And
forth a
you
little
go up and you basically work your magic and get the gem out. You don't
The
need
only
to check for
magic I
this because this is the all right. You found an amplify elemental gem. Okay, so what that does is it basically amplifies any effect of elemental gems.
Like the one.
Yes. But you need a dual socketed shard heart gear to do that.
You know, in Jurassic Park.
You want to know what it actually does? Like full blown.
Oh, sorry.
For martial weapons and caster implements, it increases the elemental damage, the size of the dice by 1 step. On armor, instead of doing 2d4 resistance, you gain just resistance of the elemental type. When you put it in a ring with the other, you get 2 casts of the spell instead of 1. When you put it into an amulet, you just endure weather. And when you put it into anything else, you amplify or you double the size of the effect. So
2-foot radius of fire.
So that actually goes into 2 squares instead of 1 square.
Cool.
10 foot wide.
Even cooler guitar.
Does that radius, does it do damage to, like, does it count as like an AoE?
The what?
The fire.
The fire.
Radius.
Yeah, she walks,
Yeah.
and a stream of fire will fall behind her.
But it's not like enemies in that fire take fire damage? Or.
If you walk through it for the first time, or end your turn.
Cool.
Classic. What you say?
Yeah.
Stand in the fire.
So, you know how in Jurassic Park, when the guy's injured and he's sitting in the truck, and they're like realizing they need to move, and he's like, "Come here, come on, hey, let's go, gotta go, okay, come on." Like the moment
You get that thing out. That's me to you. Okay, come on. Let's go. Let's get out of here. Come on, let's. All right.
I want you all to roll wisdom saving throws.
Wait, what?
Wisdom saving throws.
For all of us?
We'll start with 8.
14.
8.
Okay.
I no longer get my 1
8.
bonus.
14.
Non-natural 20.
Okay. So you guys are standing there watching the rogue dangle and climb herself basically down,
It's me.
right? And then you look around and you notice that Abbott's not with you anymore.
So when I went to hand Abbott the gem just now,
No, she's not there.
Abbott's not there.
Where is Abbott?
You guys look around. She's not in the mouth. You look around and she's staring at the cave entrance, taking slow steps towards it.
Hey, Abbott!
Get her!
So
That was good.
I can't
I'd
do
like
my
to dash
voice,
over there,
unfortunately.
see if I can get to her before she makes any further.
I'm gonna follow. I can't follow go as quickly, but I'm gonna follow.
How far away
Yeah,
is she?
I'm gonna go after the healer too.
How far away is she?
50 feet. No big deal. You can go.
bet.
And we're gonna end it with this. Basically, I'm forcing some words coming out of your mouth,
Yes.
and you say, "It's drawing me to it. I can feel it in my feet."
Am I saying that in like
Abbott talk.
true common? Like
She's
it's
using
not
complete
broken or
sentences.
anything
Get her.
like that?
Yeah, it's not broken.
It's not broken.
It's the most fluent sentence you've ever
Oh.
uttered.
Yeah.
So she's actually speaking clearly.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Okay.
And
So,
you're
like-
saying my feet are drawing me to it.
That's
That might still be Abbott speak.
terrifying.
Does that mean my hat's drawing me to it?
You can really say it, though.
Please.
And with that,
Sir, make me chicken.
we're done for the night.
Tune in next time
Yeah,
Thanks
tune
for
on
co-
next time.
Thanks for
same
hanging out with us.
on Dungeons and
Bat
Dragons
time, same
and
bat
Vibes.
place. And hopefully we won't have anyone near death or make out with super
Naughty,
beautiful.
naughty.
Very
She took my
beautiful.
breath away.
But with that, we're out.